I haven't got a joke this week. Mm-hmm. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Conway Twitty.
I see the sparkling little dime.
Like that.
That is so worth the copyright claim. It's so worth it. Right, what has got 5 toes but isn't your foot?
5 toes isn't your... We shouldn't really take the piss out of Bridgewater.
No. Good guess, but no.
I don't know.
My foot.
I'ma just hit it a minute, mate. Good evening, sexy bananas.
WuTang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
I was expecting a bit more than that.
It just kind of goes on like that. I go, you best protect your neck. You best protect your neck. I'm so into the Wu-Tang at the moment. I'm so gutted that I can't. Did you ever hear about like their album? Did you hear about this?
Oh, is that the one?
The one.
Yeah.
The one. As
Yeah.
in, they only made one copy.
Yeah.
And then they sold it to the farmer bro. Do you remember him? Martin Trelecki, I think his name is, if I'm pronouncing that right. Basically, he's that guy ages ago who bought the rights to like an HIV drug and then put it up 6,000% the price of it.
That sounds like a lovely bloke.
Yeah, and anyway, so he got done for securities fraud or something like that, or just fraud in general. He went to prison, and then that only copy of the Wu-Tang Clan album was then owned by the federal government because they took all his assets.
Oh.
And they sold it at auction. It got sold to like some fucking group, but the deal was when the Wu-Tang made it in the contract, people could never commercially release it.
Yeah.
So as in like they couldn't make money out of it if they release it. The only way they can release it is to release it for free. So like everyone is waiting for them to like release this for free, but I don't think anyone's ever going to do it. It's like we're being deprived of like 20 Wu-Tang songs. Even the bloke, I can't remember if it's Inspector Deck or RZA. I think it's RZA. Like it's like 13. There's like 9 members of the Wu-Tang, mind. Well, there was ODB, R.I.P. But even RZA tried to buy it back, and he couldn't afford it. So it's like, yeah, it's like he's a victim of his own success in a way, which is
millions and millions of Ugandan dollars.
Yes, more than that, I think. But yeah, sad. But we have the Wu-Tang forever. Wu-Tang is for the children. Don't ever get it twisted. I don't know.
Not for the children.
It is Wu-Tang is for the children. Right. Anyway, Marlon, get some admin done before we get going.
Right. Before we get into anything, merch. Love you all. Still fucking buying, still going out the fucking door, rating that. Beanies in stock. Got new stickers in stock now. By the time you hear this, the hat should be live, unless somebody else has fucked me over. So just keep an eye on it.
And hopefully a couple of bar blades that we had done as a little demo run should have been on there.
Yeah, I might put them
maybe.
on there.
We're not sure.
Very limited quantity.
As in very limited.
Like very.
Like 3.
No, 2, because I've already sold one.
Okay, just 2.
Just 2. So whoever's listened to this and wants a bar blade, get on there now. Because they probably already gone.
They probably are.
Patreon. You lot are fucking beautiful bastards.
Yes, that's the only reason we've afforded to buy that microphone. And hopefully by the time you listen to this, the only reason we will have afforded to buy some new mic arms, I think.
I think we're going to get your mic second.
I'm having a microphone as well. We're not actually using Marlon's new microphone, just for clarity. People think it still sounds the fucking same.
It still sounds like a cunt.
Because it needs a special arm to go with it, and various other boring things.
I might get like a desk mount.
A desk mount?
Yeah.
Oh, very fancy. It'd be cheaper than buying a fucking low profile fucking arm, like fucking 100 quid a piece. Need 6 of them.
Right, okay.
One more thing about the Patreon, right? I did mention in a couple of episodes ago, I just sort of made an offhand comment saying, some thirsty people that follow my wife on Instagram from the podcast, right? I think there should be a rule, because as of like that episode came out today and she had like 3 followers, and I was like, no, that's not what I was getting.
Somebody even asked me for her fucking...
No!
Yeah.
You fucking snakes, all of you.
I'm not mentioning any names.
Oh well, you're not gonna grass him up.
No,
No,
I love him too much.
Oh fuck's sake! I tell you what, there should be a rule, right? If you want to follow my fucking wife on Instagram, that'll be a perk of the highest level Patreon.
Yeah, tell her to shut the gates.
Yeah, she's like, I had 3 new followers today. I was like, oh yeah, they're from the doghouse. I was like, can they fucking stop creeping on my wife, please? I can't remember who it was, but somebody left a fucking pretty questionable comment when we were on holiday. Doll was in a bikini. I was like, do you want to fucking not?
Yeah, not sure how to take that.
I don't know what I feel about that. It's a compliment, but I also want to slap you. They won't be stopped. The thirst is real out on these streets, boys. Fucking hell. It's meant to be a white boy summer, not a white boy creeping on Reg's fucking wife. Damn it.
I think that's it, really.
Yeah.
If you're on the Patreon, you're on the Discord is fucking lit.
Yes.
Please read the rules first and
Yes.
don't get it shut down, you bunch of cunts.
They're doing all right at the moment, to be fair.
Yeah.
I haven't had to wind anyone in yet, so I think everyone gets the idea of it.
And the admin team are very, very feisty.
Yes, yeah, I wouldn't fuck with the admin. Not
They scare me.
yes. You can draw your own conclusions from that, and it's not me.
Or me.
No. So there you go. Right. So Marlon, who are we joined by this fine evening?
On this fine evening, we have... You've heard us mention him before, especially when we've got little Mule on.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We've got a big Mule on tonight.
Bonjour, my friends.
How you getting on, mate?
I'm good. I was sat there then thinking, I'm not here. I'm just listening to you.
What? As in,
But
like,
now, you know, like when you're
Listening
watching TV,
yeah. It's just
or
like,
going to a comedy thing and it's live, but you think you're watching TV.
yeah.
And you start talking, and they're like, "No, you're here.
You're actually a part of
I'm
this.
here. Yeah,
You're back in the room.
I'm here. Yeah, hi."
I was just gonna say, because we've obviously spoken about you a couple of times. Whenever we say Little Mule and he gets really funny, then we refer to you as Big Mule. Well, like I said before, I have 2 friends called Mule, and how fucking inconsiderate of both of you to both have bought Skylines as well. So it's not, you couldn't even say, oh yeah, that's Mule with the white R34 Skyline, because you both fucking had them at one
Yeah,
point until
I
he
know.
had his fucking painted.
So then we had to break it down and differentiate with penis size.
So there's 10-inch Mule and 12-inch Mule. So how's your week been, mate? All right?
Yeah, it's all right, mate. Work's done. Friday, doghouse. Stress is over now, innit? Beers.
Yeah, I've very much been looking forward to this day. To be fair, it's been a fucking hell of a week.
Yeah, as
You been busy?
flat out, mate.
Yeah?
A lot going on.
You gonna tell the peoples what you do or not? That's totally up to you.
He's a pimp.
I got many ladies. You give me good money, I give you good ladies.
Asling crack.
I basically manage teams of tarmackers. Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like quite a stressful job.
Yeah, have you ever met a tarmacker? Big ups to all you out there, yeah?
Your teams are listening now.
No, they're all good guys. Just don't want to do what they're paid to do.
I mean, I can
Same as any
understand that a
job,
little
innit?
bit.
That's yeah. To be fair, yeah, okay, yeah. If you can dodge for it, you will. I'm
that's it,
a great
yeah.
believer in that.
But yeah, it's difficult times sometimes, but we get through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good group though. In general,
Yeah, good laugh.
They're
Yeah.
fucking hard workers, isn't they? That's one
Yeah.
thing you can say for them. They're fucking grafters.
No,
I'd be
100%, mate.
I'd be
Yeah.
fucked if I want to do it. I see them out like, you know, when you see them out at like 30-degree heat and they're there and they're fucking
Full
hot
PPE.
and they're full
Yeah.
PPE
Yeah.
and they're fucking pushing around that fucking piping hot tar, and you think,
Yeah.
So, what sort of temperature does that tar come out at?
oh, I don't know,
120?
fucking hot.
God damn.
But
Yeah.
Boiled an egg on it.
Celsius?
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't know. I made that up. I don't even know what tarmac is, mate. I've never seen it in my life.
I know what a phone and a computer looks
Yeah,
like.
that's it. Me and my little mouse all day.
My orthopedic fucking keyboard.
Yeah, a left-handed one as well. She ain't no QWERTY.
That's it, darling. Or ergonomic management keyboard.
Don't want to get that RSI in it.
Yeah, fucking
That's it,
right.
mate. Yeah.
Oh man, Marlon, how's your week been, mate? Well,
Oh, it's been all right, mate, for a change.
yeah,
Yeah.
Actually,
Apart from the day,
do you know why that is?
Go on.
It's because I've forgot all week to put my car in with you. That's why it's been a good week. Yeah. So what happened today? Is this job of the week?
yeah. Oh, just fucking pain in the ass. D22 Navara.
Yeah, the splitter.
They
No, wait, D20.
no earlier,
No, oh yeah,
earlier.
that's the earlier one. Yeah, the early
Yeah,
ones like Y Reg.
I want to say 05 backwards.
Yeah, something like that.
They always snap the conrod bolts.
Oh,
So, as a preventative measure, we chuck bearings and bolts in.
is that something you can do from the bottom end?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just drop
have
the
to take it out.
drop the sump off.
Yeah, just drop the sump off.
Oh,
There are 2 bolts
And that's all it takes, guys.
in the bell housing. There are 2 M6 bolts in the fucking bell housing. So you got to fucking drop the rear. You got to take the front diff down anyway. You got drop the rear prof off. Shove the gearbox back enough to get to these 2 fucking M6 bolts.
if that was me, I'd just cut the sump and then just re-weld it in place.
I looked at it. I thought, oh, that's all right. That's a piece of piss.
And then did everyone go, "Oh, fucking not, mate"?
And no, nobody said nothing.
Oh,
I just kept taking bits apart, and I was like, this motherfucker's still held on by something.
Marlon's there hanging on it like a gibbon.
Yeah. I was like, the front's like peeling away. I can move the front. I can get shit in there. Quick Google. Yeah, there's 2 bolts behind the bell housing. Fuck my life.
Oh.
Fuck your life! Bing bang!
So how long? What should have been a 5-minute job to take a sump off turned into how long?
A day.
What? A day?
Day.
Yeah. That bill's gonna fucking sting.
Well, I shouldn't have bought a fucking D22.
Yeah, I can
Fucking
kind of
slide.
agree. They're really underpowered.
Yeah.
Someone's out there screeching, being like, "The Devora is a good car.
This is premium warlord spec.
50 cal mountains at the back, like ready to go."
Yeah, but apart from that, I ain't really done fuck all, mate.
No, just diagnosing shit and tippity tapping away.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Sending out merch still. Organising new merch. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, it's been all right. Not really too much happened. I had a little incident the other day. Now, I went to the doctor's. That was fine. That was totally inconsequential to the story, but
Did they look at your flat feet?
No, I was just in there for something trivial, nothing of any interest at all. It was actually an ingrown toenail, if you really want to know, which is pretty gross. Yeah. Well, thing is, if I say to go to the doctors, everyone's going to be, "Oh, what are you going to the doctors for? Is his penis falling off?" No, I've just got an ingrown toenail that I tried to fix myself and kind of fucked up a little bit. All right, that's not even a
I
fucking.
tried to fix myself.
Yeah, he's qualified mechanic.
Scalpel.
Now he's qualified doctor.
I do it with a pair of side cutters, mate, and some pliers, and just cut all the way down the nail to the bottom of it, and then just grab the pliers and just pull it out. And I've like snapped a bit off, and it was getting really painful, so I had to get a doctor to get some forceps in there and pull it out. And he was like, "Please never do this again." I was
You
like,
ain't qualified, Jack.
I am a qualified sturgeon. Anyway, so the funnier part, or I believe to be the funnier part of this story. So I realised I got out the car and I was wearing some jeans that were not tight, but you know when you just get jeans that are just tight in the wrong place, so it's kind of tight, especially
Around your
because
thigh.
yeah, kind of around my thigh and like underneath my ass. The problem is I always have my phone in my back pocket because it's so big, so it sort of puts unnecessary, like an extra strain on it.
Yeah.
So what's happened is where like where the seams meet right under your basically on your gooch. It had as I got out the car to go to the doctor's, it had ripped from there all the way around like under my ass in like my batty crease. And so I saw it and I was like, well, I ain't too fucking worried about that, to be honest. Like, it's just a rip. It's just, I didn't think anything of it. However, when I sat down, I sat down in the fucking chair and I sort of doing it, like a typical man, a bit of man spread, just chilling in my doctor's in the seat in the waiting room. I could feel there's a fan, like, because obviously the heat's gotten up a little bit, and the fan was coming. I was feeling a breeze, and I was like, "Oh, that's a bit of a breeze." And I assume that's just going straight out. I mean, fucking the hole that I've got, like, from my gooch hole.
Then he sat there with an erection.
But what I didn't realise was the Calvins I was wearing had also torn in the same place. My fucking plums were hanging out on the seat. They were just, I looked down.
The doctor's
And my stones were just touching the fucking cloth.
And they say, "So why are you here?"
I didn't realise, I don't know whether the boxes were ripped already, or whether they'd ripped as the jeans had ripped. I don't fucking know. I just looked down. I was looking at Brain. And I was like, oh fuck. I just sort of like pulled them down and put my fucking
Security come across
put
like
my
Charlie Big
trousers
Bollocks.
together.
Could you just look at my toe, please?
What's the end for a vasectomy? He's already prepared.
There's some middle-aged woman sat like across from me, and she can see I was like, I was visibly like trying to sort myself out, and she just goes, "I didn't have the heart to tell you." I was like, I am so sorry. And she was like, it's okay. I can understand like exactly what's happened. I was like, I didn't realise my boxers were ripped. She was like, well, I realised before you did, mate.
Was she keen or no shot?
Oh, fucking hell. It was like, I'm not one for embarrassment, but that was fucking embarrassing. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been my cock.
Well,
With the fan blowing over it, just shrinking every time the fucking fan oscillates round. Just see it going back into its hole like a worm. But yeah, that is quite possibly one of the most embarrassing things ever to have happened to me. I just looked down and saw my two little fucking stones. It was proper shriveled up like a walnut. I was actually hanging Brain. So yeah, that was.
I hurt a bit now.
Yeah, and in more boring news, I've started house renovations.
Woo!
Yeah, I know. Woo, great. I say I've started. I'm not doing any of it. I'm going to pay people to do it because I'm not.
Well, that's going to be fucking boring. We
Well,
can't make a series about that, can we?
I know. I can bitch about the price of it, I suppose. I've quoted up to have scaffolding on 3 sides of the house, not on the pavement side, because like you got to have you can't have a license for that. And you know where we got to get that from? The local fucking government, who can also suck a dick.
Fuck your life!
And the
Bing bang!
license is 95 quid. Why do I have to have a license to put something on the pavement? I park my fucking car on the pavement every day. I don't got a license for that. Fuck off. So anyway, do you want to know how much scaffolding is for 3 sides of my house? Cash, mind, but yeah,
Allegedly.
950 quid just to have scaffolding.
Wow.
Yes, and that obviously the scaffolding is to do what I need to do on the house. I fix a gutter in and rebed all of the hip tiles because they've all slipped in the wind. Luckily, none of them have fallen off and gone into a pram of a passing lady, but it will happen soon and there will be a lawsuit. Hence why I'm trying to jump on it. So I'm not really looking forward to that. That's just the tip of the fucking iceberg that I have to do. So,
home ownership's fun.
yeah, well, that's what happens when you sort of not ignore, but you just don't really do anything to the house for 4 years, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh,
the roof's falling off.
like the tiles that I knew weren't great in the first place are actually now falling off. And
You did mention that they were falling off 12 months ago.
yeah, well, they'd slipped, but they hadn't actually like in the wind. Like one's like mounted the other one, like a horny cow. So yeah, baby, I wish at the fucking price of them, wish they would replicate. But
I still can't find tiles for my roof.
really, I've heard there are some roofs on this estate that the tiles are really hard to get hold of. Actually,
I just want two.
it's just total fucking no interest to anyone but me and you. Speak to matey next door, because I'm pretty sure he did a roof for somebody over there, and they said it was really hard to get tiles for it. So they've actually got spares. So
I just want two. I will buy them. I will suck you off. Honestly,
it might well be the woman I hung Brain to. In all honesty, they're about the same age. They both look the same. Yeah, I'll ask him for you. But yeah, anyway. So, Mule, guess questions, mate.
Okay.
Okay.
Shoot.
Okay.
Shoot me.
So what's your go-to drink, brother?
Go-to drink? Probably a Corona.
Yeah.
With a slice of lime.
you can have any beer you want,
That's
as long
it.
as it's Corona.
I do like a Corona.
What do you think of the Corona on draft? Because I know you love Corona, but I don't know anyone that really, really loves Corona that much. So I don't know.
You don't really get it on draft round here, do you? I know you get it on draft, but
yes.
not in the places I go.
Yes, one of the pubs will be hitting on the pub crawl. They've got it down there in Wales. Yeah,
Yeah.
We're going for a pint, Reg.
it's sorry. Yeah, correction. When we're going for a pint, not a pub crawl, not
Just
a
one.
bar crawl.
Just one.
But
Yeah,
it's
no,
not,
Corona,
Yeah.
lager. Anything with alcohol in it, really. Cider in the sun.
yeah. To be fair, nothing beats a soda in the sun.
Yeah. As soon as the sun's come out lately, it's been quite that. Get that feeling, don't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
little-
Every night I'm
That
like,
little tickle inside.
I need a beer garden. You're a stout man, Guinness?
No.
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 No, I'm just tapering off the Guinness now. It's starting to get warm. I can't drink Guinness in the heat. It's
No.
too much.
Yeah, that's a proper meal.
So, next question, Marlon.
What do you prefer? Night in, night out?
Out.
And where are we going on this night out?
Wherever the night takes us.
Talk
I do
me-
like a night out. I do like a night in, but I prefer a night out. And then it ends up with a night in, but you've been out, so you're still out, but you're in. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Talk me through this hypothetical
about
night
it.
out that we're going on.
If you go out, you're going in somewhere.
Yes, kind of.
So technically you're in, but you're out. So technically you're out, but you're in. And then once you've come out of where you're in, you're going to go in
Oh, Jesus Christ.
later. You know?
Are you just talking me through how sex works?
Yeah. In, out, in, out.
Shake it all about.
And then you're finished.
In, out, in, out, in,
Yeah.
out, in.
Has anyone got a
out.
tissue? I'm finished.
So, on this night in, out, 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 in, out, what is the most mental thing that has happened to you on a night in, out, 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 in?
Well, I knew this one was coming.
Good, prep, we like it.
Yeah, well, I didn't prep because I thought of 4.3 million things that have happened and thought of 4.3 million things that I can't say. So, I mean, many things have happened on nights out from and yeah, and that really.
And that's it.
That was mental, wasn't it? Honestly.
Yeah,
What I just
I've
said.
never heard something so crazy.
know.
With a child as well. And how on earth you managed to get that rhinoceros
I
involved?
know. It
Absolutely.
was crazy. He was 13.
The rhinoceros? Good lord. He must have been quite young for a rhinoceros.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Yeah, well, we'll have to skip that one, I think.
It's gonna be one of those. fucking
What about
episodes,
the time
isn't
you got arrested?
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll talk about that one.
Yeah?
We'll talk about that one. So, back in the day, I wasn't very good at holding down a job. I was a bad man on road. So I had a problem with authority. And
I got the same problem.
so I had a job and I can't remember why I didn't have a job. I didn't have a job and then I got a job. I think it was at, where was it? I think it was at the parts place when I was delivering car parts. So I got that job, got the text, you got the job. I was like, oh my God, I'm so qualified. So me and a couple of mates were like, celebrate. It was a Wednesday. And he said, right, let's go to Exmouth. I said, okay.
Of all the places.
So we jumped in the DC2, Braps, and we went down there Wednesday night. And there's a club. Oh dear. There's a club called the Q Club. Or there was. It's derelict. I think they've knocked it down actually. It's probably houses now. So anyway, he had a caravan, static caravan down there, went down there, dumped our shit, straight out, student night, pound a drink, mind.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Pound a drink. And he was saying to me, there's a lot of women and there's a lot of like, I don't know what it was, like Marines or military people, I don't fucking know, rugby players, big people. And I was like, okay, it's fine. We're going to be okay. So I went down there. And then, so 3 of us went, and then 2 of us were together, and we said, where's person number 3? So, well, let's go look for him. So we went around a club, absolutely fucking smashed, all around a club, smoking area, toilets, open up a cubicle door, and person number 3 is sat on toilet, completely just passed out, zonked. And we're like, oh my God, we found you, it's a miracle. So we got him up, we're like, right, come on, let's go. Went back into the club. Like, you know when you walk through a door with someone and you instantly turn around and they're not there. And you just sort of think to yourself, what the fuck did they go? So anyway, long story short, me and person number 2 were outside waiting for person number 3, thinking if we just stare at the door, we're going to see them, aren't we? They're going to come out this place.
Yeah.
So I said to him, wait here, stare at door. I'm going for a piss. So I walked over. There's all people outside, all smoking and chatting and shit. Club's nearly kicking out. Went over to a fence, took a piss, ball bagged, pound a drink,
Yeah.
turned around, started walking back to my mate. And there's a guy and there's a girl arguing like fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Normally, you'd be like, okay, leave them to it. When
Yeah.
you're pissed, you think,
Oi, you.
right, so I walked over, is everything all right? Instantly, this guy just fucking shoves me straight back into the fence that I've just pissed all over.
Oh,
and
nice.
it was like old school, hit the fence, slide down it, covered in piss, scraped all my arm, blood everywhere. I was like, oh no. So I got up And what you shouldn't do, kids, is I punched him really fucking hard and I sparked him, basically. And then, of course, his missus then went fucking psycho at me because obviously I'm now the bad person in her life. Could have been worse. And so I was just like, oh, shit. And then my other mate come over. We still hadn't found number 3 yet. So number 2 come over, was like, round the corner, let's go, go, go. So we went round the corner. And then it was like, like honestly, so fast, descended on by police cars and got arrested for assault.
Well, he pushed me.
I did say that.
And they were like, no.
They said,
You're nicked.
we've had a description of you. And I said, what did they say? And they said, there's
Oh,
this,
he's a right beefcake.
they said, this bald paedophile looking motherfucker just slapped them motherfucker. No, and then, yeah, I spent 13, 14 hours in Exeter, Nick.
Nice.
Not nice.
No.
Not nice, no. You have to lay on an inch of foam. I think the bloke next to me in the cell next to me puked up and they just like threw bleach on the floor.
Oh, it stank.
They did bring me a pasty and a cup of tea though. It was quite nice. But
Was it against us?
No.
oh, I don't think so. No.
Like to get value.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they just like kicked the fuck out of it on the floor and they just gave it to you. For, you know what I mean? You're a scum and you're in there for life now. So yeah, it was pretty shit to be fair. Bit of a lesson. To be fair. Yeah, like just don't punch people.
Was that it? No further action taken? Like
No, I had all like fingerprints and all that bollocks. I got interviewed about it, and I was actually, to be fair, I was sat on my hands
Yeah.
in the interview room, and they said, for the benefit of the tape, can I see your hands? So I showed them my hands, and then she said, oh, for the benefit of the tape, the defendant, or whatever they fucking called me, has just been sat on his hands. Of course, they were all red.
Yeah. Oh, at least she said that.
Yeah, and then she said, like, well, I went back to the cell for another hour or so, and then it was, I don't know, lack of evidence, you can go.
Right, you can go.
But what happened then is, of course, I walk out of Exeter, Nick, and we're in Exmouth. Now, I'm not 100% how far apart they are,
I have no idea.
but it's not fucking walking distance. So, right, this is the other thing. This is, me and my 2 friends, we dubbed the night the Hangover.
Oh, yeah.
So, obviously, I had no idea what had happened. So I'm walking out the Nick, I go to the little thingy, and they gave me my wallet, my phone, lip gloss, right? I can't remember what, there was another thing, I can't remember what it was. And I said, this ain't mine. He said, well, you had it when you come in. And I was like,
Hey, yo.
I said, I'll just take it, thank you. I said, can you ring me a taxi? So they rang me a taxi. Taxi pulls up outside. Walk up to the taxi driver. I said, look, I ain't got no money on me, but I'll pay you when we get there. Which normally you'd think that's quite, you know.
But you are just coming out of a police station.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah. I bet he's been once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah. I was like, I really am an honest guy. You know, my friend, you no pay, I no take. I was like, fuck you then, blit. So I hit him. No, I didn't really. No, I didn't really. So I had about, 8% battery on my phone. So I rang my mates. So it turns out one of them had ended up, number 2, who was with me outside, had ended up going back with a bird.
Oh, so
Right.
he did well out of the whole
he
situation.
did well, I did bad, but we still didn't know where number 3 was.
Even at that time?
Even at this, so we're
Oh,
talking like,
my fucking God.
this must be midday the next day. Still don't know where number 3 is. And then, so I rang number 2 and I said, you need to get back to the chalet because number 3 is going to be there. So he goes back there and he rings me and he says, yeah, he is there. I said, well, how did he get in? He goes, he's not inside, he's asleep under the barbecue on the deck. And I was just like, fuck's sake. So I said, well, guys, I said, you're going to have to come and pick me up, right?
Yeah.
So number 2 don't have a driving license, or didn't have a driving license, and number 3 did, but obviously he's not insured. And I was quite precious about the car, obviously.
Yes.
So I said, well, you're going to have to drive it. I said, drive to Exeter, get somewhere, because my phone was literally about to die. I was like, just get somewhere, tell me where you are, and I'll figure it out from there. So then, I don't know how long it takes, whatever. Got the phone call. We're at Tesco's. Sweet. Spoke to some bloke. Where's Tesco's? He goes, oh, it's about 2.5 miles that way. And I was like, for fuck's sake. So how'd you get there? He goes, well, if you just walk down the dual carriageway. And I was like, oh my God. But I had to do it. I actually did it.
Fucking
I
hell.
walked all the way there. As soon as I saw my car, it's like a breath of fresh air. Honestly. It was like it was like
Yeah, it's 8 miles. Exmouth to Exeter. Yeah, that's not. You could walk it, but
not in the state I was in. No. So, yeah, that was one night that was horrible, but learning lessons and all that sort of thing.
Character building.
It was
is character building.
It was, yeah. Yeah. And if that guy's listening, I really do hope you're okay, even after all this time.
Fucking liar.
Oh dear.
So, you've had a fair few, as you kind of delved into that, you've had quite a few career changes.
Oh, many, mate. Many jobs.
So, I think we need to go into prison guard.
It was an interesting job I had, to be fair.
I'm completely fucking fascinated by this.
But
Yeah.
I just want to say, I've known you for what? I don't know, years now.
Yeah.
I never knew this. Like,
A lot of people don't, to be fair.
I knew that you worked in like various jobs, running various things, and just not floating about, but doing a bit of this and a bit of that and a bit of this. I never knew that you were a fucking prison guard.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I just
It was, to be fair, I was only there for I think it was about 9 months. I was doing it was through an agency back in the day, working in Shepton Prison. So it's category C lifers prison. So, these are like the worst people on the planet,
worst
so
of
to
the worst,
speak.
like-
Yeah.
when you say category C, what does that mean?
So when you get locked up, you'll go category A, which I think Horfield in Bristol is a cat A. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. So if you nick a Mars bar, you'll go there, or if you kill someone, you'll go there. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, right. So,
So
it's just anything.
That's the prison you go to where you're
then-
locked up for 24 hours a day, so to speak. I'm pretty sure this is right. And then from that point, as you progress through
the
your sentence, once you get sentenced or whatever, you end up going to a Cat B, which is a bit more lighter conditions. And then you'll go to a Cat C, which Shepton was, which is, you could work within the prison. You can, I don't know what you can do. It's sort of it's open conditions within the prison. So you could go back to your cell, you could wander around, you could basically do what you want.
So even though, like you say, it's the lifers, the worst of the worst, they've proven themselves to be very well behaved within the confines of the prison system. So they are then allowed this sort of level of freedom.
privilege,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. So you had like the main prison, as whoever knows it will know, and then you had a bridge going across the road to another block, which is work basically. So there was like painting and decorating. There was like these little mock rooms made up, which they decorate, and then there was packaging, and there was all sorts of shit up there. Like, to be fair,
That's all stuff where they could sort of earn money for themselves.
yes, not a lot of money.
No, it's
but
it's
like £1 a week or something, and they
Yeah.
just buy their shit down a tuck shop or whatever it is.
it's a
But-
fact.
Yeah. But and then after that, if you obviously make it through that, you go to a category D,
That's open prison.
which is open. Yeah, there's no walls. It's just like it looks like a campsite.
You've just got to be back there every night.
Yeah, you can do like home visits for family for the weekend. It's all about rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've said this before. I don't know if
Yeah.
I've said it before on the podcast, but I believe that prison should be about rehabilitation, not punishment, which I know a lot of people don't really agree with. But if you're just going to punish someone for, like really heinous shit,
It depends what you do.
like really heinous shit, I don't know. That's a different subject entirely. Like fucking the bloke that killed Holly and Jessica Wells. Like, that's disgusting. Like,
That's why I
there's
think
no
they need to bring back corporal.
yeah.
in some cases, I
ca-
reckon, yeah.
Yeah.
Capital, mate. Well,
Yeah.
Capital. Corporals when you beat children.
They
I
should
mean-
bring that back too.
Yeah. I mean,
Fix a lot of fucking kings in this country, wouldn't it?
hang, drawing, and quartering.
Fuck's sake. But yeah, like you say, I think it should be all about rehabilitation rather than punishment, because I think the being confined to somewhere and having your freedoms taken away is a punishment in and of itself. But while you're there, you
massively.
should try and be rehabilitated back in society instead of making criminals better criminals by being inside, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like I did pest control as well. So I got the pest control job through the prison job. How fucking weird is that?
What the fuck?
I didn't realise they went hand in hand, really.
Yeah, they literally do.
You are controlling pests.
So, Mr. yeah, literally. Yeah.
Oh, you seem pretty good with these prisoners. Fancy dealing with something a little bit more rodenty.
Yeah.
Fucking rats everywhere.
But so the reason I got it is because, like I said, I only had a 9-month contract just doing the security there. And then Mr. Ratman was coming round. He said, "Here, mate, here, one of ours has left. Do you want to be a Ratman?" I said, "Fucking right, I do, my son." So the way I seen it, right, to me, pest control is you got a belt on, you got 2 straps on, you got grenades, you got a fucking crossbow on your back. You go out there and there's like pigeons, you just got to fucking kill them all. And I was like, this is my dream. I just want to murder everything. Turns out, it's not like that.
Just go around, chuck a load of bait in boxes.
You have a little plastic key and you open up a rat box and there's a carcass in it and you're like, oh! And then you were supposed to take it out, put it in a bag and dispose of it properly, which I never did. I just leave
Allegedly.
it in there. I wouldn't do it. I was like, fuck that. But that job had the prison contract. So then I got to visit a lot of prisons, which was good as well. I can't really remember what they were called. I went to a women's prison and they had a section where the kids were. So
so like mothers with children. Yeah.
Weird to see. In a prison. It was a bit weird. But some of them were banging as well.
I was going to say, there are...
And some of the women that were locked up.
You're so fucking vile.
But,
So how the fuck? So how you say you got into it through a security agency?
Yeah, it was. I can't even remember what they were called, but the job. I actually, to be fair, I think prior to me working there, I actually went for a job directly, but didn't get it.
Oh,
Like the same job.
Oh,
much,
weird.
Which is a bit strange. But it's very daunting going for an interview in a prison where you know everyone's killed someone.
Yeah.
And like speaking to some of the cons in there, like you weren't supposed to ask them what they did. You weren't supposed to give them fags. You weren't supposed to take fags. Like it's very, you know,
it's very.
they are prisoners and you are not.
They are scum.
Yeah.
You are a human.
Yeah. So, but they'd be like, "Oh, let's pinch a fag." I'm like, "Fucking hell, mate, I can't do that. Suck me off and I will." Oh dear. So my first shift in the shower block. No, I didn't do that. No, fuck none of that. But no, I'd speak to some of them and I would ask them because you get curious, mate. Honestly, like I remember looking at a couple of them, and they're not, you know, they're from London, Manchester, they're from all over the UK, and I remember chatting to some of them and just looking in their eyes, thinking to myself, what have those eyes seen?
Yeah. There's a reason you're in here.
Yeah, and some of these people are not getting out. Do you know what I mean? Some of these people
life term.
They are not getting out, 100%. And it was a bit weird to think that the path that they were on. Do you know what I mean?
They say you're 2 people stood next to each other, but you're in here forever. I'm going home at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, quite a claustrophobic place to work though.
I bet it is. It's all walls and bars and gates and.
Like you had a set of keys on you.
That's
that
what I was going to say. Do you have the big old ring of keys?
fucking massive. Yeah, so heavy. You had a walkie-talkie on you as well. And yeah, you'd have to. I remember you'd have to be let in the main gate. You'd have to sign in, get your keys, put your phone. Couldn't have your phone in there.
No, did they search you or anything?
No,
Just
no.
lit everything on you
Everything
in there.
on you in there. Yeah. Then you'd get your keys. You'd have to open a gate, close the gate, lock the gate, walk along, unlock the gate, open the gate, lock the gate, walk along. I think that one was open. Then I'd go up and report, get your walkie-talkie and all that bollocks. And then it was like a stationary post job, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
right.
you are there. That is where you stand
Basically, yeah.
all day,
All
every
fucking day, every day. It was boring, don't get me wrong.
How many hours you stood like there?
I think it was like, I don't know, like a 9-hour shift, say, but you'd get obviously a couple of break. Well, the whole thing was a break. I was chaining like 40 fags a day. Like that's all you can do. You ain't got your phone, you ain't got Facebook, nothing like that.
Oh yeah, I suppose you've not allowed any of that
all
shit.
you can do is smoke and chat to prisoners, which, you know, is a bit of an insight sometimes. But that was it. And then you're looking around thinking like, fucking hell, like, because I think the Americans had it in World War II. I might be wrong.
Yeah, it was World War II.
Yeah, World War II, the Americans had it. So where I was stationed, the outer wall, for instance, to the left of where I was, you could still see the bullet holes from when they used to line people up and shoot them back, back when the Americans did it. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Have you not been in there?
Have you not been?
No, I've never been there.
Because they reckon there's bodies buried
Under the foundations, like
you know, under now the tarmac there or whatever it's there.
Jesus Christ. What were they shooting them for?
Well, it was because it was POW, wasn't it?
Yeah, prisoners of war.
Yeah, but you can't shoot POWs under the Geneva Convention.
Fuck Geneva back then.
What?
World War II.
Oh yeah, didn't it? I think it came in after World War II.
Yeah. I don't really know, but I remember you'd look at the wall and you could clearly see holes in the wall.
Oh, fucking
So let's rewind a little bit. Training. What
Zero.
kind of nothing?
No.
You serious?
Here's your shirt. Here's your trousers.
Yeah,
Do you know how to put them on?
It was literally,
Crack on.
here's your tie, a clip-on tie.
Oh wow.
You had to have a clip-on.
Oh yeah, because they
So
fucking
you-
strangle
yeah.
you with it, or they could use it to
Yeah.
hang themselves or whatever.
I think the thing is, a clip-on tie is good for me because if I had a proper one and they try, like it's quite kinky in it. I'd probably get quite turned on if they
Yeah, I
tried
was-
strangling me. I'd probably start undressing. They'd be like, no, I'm trying to kill you. I'd be like, oh, just fuck me.
Hey, take me out for dinner, baby.
At least buy me a drink first, you slut.
Why has this dying guard got an erection? So no training, no nothing. Just like, oh, you're a big bloke.
No,
you
I
handle
had to
yourself.
have CRB checks and all that to prove
Yeah.
that I wasn't as bad as they are. I think this was... I'm pretty sure this was before the arrest story. So that was...
So you're clean.
I think, yeah. It's been a few arrests, I think. But I think at that point I was clean. So, well, I passed CRB check. So, which, funnily enough, I think allows you to work with children as well.
This was I was a little bit worried about
the amount of
this.
paedophile
Yeah.
jokes that was going to be made. Yeah.
But no training. There was
Like,
rules.
nothing how to handle yourself or what to do in.
No, literally. The problem is, the thing is with it is, being a category C, every single person in there had been in at least 12 years.
So they haven't taken the piss, otherwise they wouldn't
know
be
what
there.
they're just that's their life now. They've
I
got
don't wanna
used to it.
Yeah, it's
You know,
I don't want to say they're relatively placid, but they
but they are really.
Yeah.
Yeah. As much as they've done what they've done, the one thing I did realise is that you don't age in prison.
Really?
There was a lot of people in there that were
What's this doing? Nothing, aren't they?
like
there's no stress.
40s. They wouldn't look that, like you say, no stress, no sunlight, and all that, no
Yeah.
tan. And again, they would almost still be the person that they were when they went in, because society and life hasn't changed them.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I say I'm a motherfucker over here, grey as fuck, 30 years old. I look like 40 something.
Yeah. Reggie.
I was gonna say, I was holding back. It doesn't work without that word, does it?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
But
So
yeah.
you didn't have
No training at all.
and
It's just
no fights,
no, nothing.
nothing kicking off like.
No, I think one bloke got like when a vehicle came in, you had to shut them behind the gates, and one bloke got a bit funny with me, just like, you can't shut me behind here, and I was like, well, I've got a key and I can, and that was it really. And then it was the vehicle was in, so I had to then unlock the gate, and I just unlocked it and ran.
So did you like contraband cell searches, that kind of stuff?
No, I wouldn't do any of that. No,
No?
I was just like outside security for contractors basically that were coming in. I do a few prisoner escorts up to different parts of the prison and that, but no, not really. I mean, when a vehicle came in, people would do like the mirrors.
Oh, the mirror underneath,
Yeah,
like.
check there's no Klingons or whatever else there was, bombs and shit. But again, it was quite. I imagine if you worked in a Cat A, it would be fucking hellish.
That's it, because
Like, it would
everything
be-
in there are shit.
Like you
going
said,
on.
it's everything to everything. In
Yeah,
there.
people would be like, fucking fighting shanks, all that sort of shit. I mean, there probably was there, but that was probably just in the worst case. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they reckon there was like an ex-copper in there. They had like, what they call a one-punch killer in there who just hit someone in a bar fight and killed him.
Shit.
They had paedophiles in there and fucking all sorts of shit, really.
Did they have like a nonce wing or not? Or are they all...
No, well, I
Like,
never.
most of the time they do. They do. In prisons, they have like a nonce wing.
They normally do. And like, I'd go up there and we'd share pictures and we'd have a laugh.
You're such a fucking asshole.
No, they didn't. I did actually ask. I got quite friendly with a couple of them,
What nonsense?
Not the nonsense, no. No, but they would say you'd know who they were, and they said, you know, you'd walk by, you'd be like, all right, and that's it. You wouldn't talk to them.
Oh yeah.
So
You have some. So, like you say, you got chatting to a few of them. Do you know any of like
I
some
know.
of the worst things that some of the fuckers did in there?
I
Then
know. Yeah, so there was one. I won't say his name, but
No, it
there
was-
No.
there was one guy in there. He was probably early 60s. He had a little job of doing a bit of the gardening. He had his little greenhouse and that, and he had been inside more of his life than he'd been out.
right.
Not in one occasion. Right.
Oh, so you've been out in that,
He'd been in and out, in and out, in and out, and then he did something really fucking bad, and then he was in
Forever.
And he is one of the ones that ain't getting out.
Oh,
So
right.
he basically took a disliking to women for fuck knows what reason. I think what he did, to put it bluntly, is broke into like old people's home
Oh Jesus.
and
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
had his merry way, and then ended.
Oh,
More than one, I believe. And I remember saying to him once, I said, because obviously you are interested, you do want to ask, but you've got to do it in a way where,
it's tactful and
Yeah.
they're not gonna kick off and
yeah,
complain about you.
he was all right. He was fucking weird, obviously. And I remember saying to him once, I was like, obviously with your crime, I said, was it just you or was there like some people involved? And he just fucking flipped. Like literally was like, don't fucking out, like literally went fucking mental. And from that point, I think within a week, he'd inappropriately touched a female staff member or said something to her. So he lost his little job of doing his
Tending
little
the garden,
greenhouse
that,
and all
yeah.
that shit. And then I remember speaking to one of the other guards, and they were like, he will never get out. Never, ever, ever.
Really?
Yeah. He'd be too high risk.
Shit. So he's on life term basically.
Yeah, basically. I don't know what his actual term was, but, you know, the way he spoke, and you just think...
Every time he'd be up for parole, they'd be like, nope.
Yeah, and I think it was... What was it? 2010 I worked there?
Yeah, he was.
It was a
going
long
back
time
some.
ago, wasn't it? But to think that he is still within the four walls of a prison now, and after everything that I've achieved and changed and done,
And he's still
and
there,
he's still there.
probably tending to a garden or
Yeah.
fucking making
Or-
food or something.
He might be dead now. He was like, you know, he was an old chubby prick, but do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's weird. It is weird when you think about it. And then I spoke to another guy. I got on with him really well, actually. And he was, let me think, 18 when he went in, murder, stabbed someone in Manchester.
Mm.
So he was 30 years old when I met him.
So you're 30, aren't you? 30.
33 now.
Oh, are you? So is that weird to think that he was younger than you are now when you met him?
Yeah, that's mad. So he basically stabbed someone in Manchester, killed him, and he was quite open about it. And I remember saying to him, I said, I bet you any money it was over a girl. And he was like, yeah, it was.
Oh,
And he goes, I was off my fucking head on drugs. He said, got into this scrap with this geezer over this girl, stabbed him. Didn't know he killed him, apparently.
uh-huh.
The next day, it was on the news. He was with his mum. And this is what he told me anyway. He told his mum, he was like, shit, that was me. I got to hand myself in. And he said the worst part about all of it was that when he was leaving the house to go hand himself in, she was like on the floor crying, arms around his legs, begging him not to go. And I was like, that was the worst bit?
Yeah, not
Not the fact you've ended someone.
Yeah, not the sentencing, the fact that you've taken another person's life
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
whole trial or anything like
But
that.
I remember saying to him, I was like, do you regret that? The first guy I was talking about, I remember asking him, do you regret it? And he said, no.
What?
But this guy said, do you regret it? And he was like, yeah, of course I do.
Every day.
He's like, I've spent my whole life in prison, like, do you know what I mean? But he got his term was
You're going to say he'd be getting out probably now.
his term was 12 years to life. So he was 1830, so he was going to Cat D. So he'll be out now.
Yeah.
I imagine he'll be out now. And I remember him saying to me, he's like, oh, when I'm out, we'll have to be out for a pint.
You're like, yeah. no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so call me. You can find me on Grindr.
He's on there now. He's like, damn, he's 400 kilometers away. Fuck's sake.
So, as you mentioned previously, the tuck shop, commissary. I think
Commissary.
Commissary, that's what the
Commissionary.
commissionary.
You're doing really well with your England today.
I think that's actually from the US. Goddamn. Commissary, tuck shop. So they'd earn their pennies
Yeah.
doing their work in,
doing their painting, decorating.
decorating. Do they get any sort of qualification at the end of that?
Yeah. Literally. So I think they actually did.
MVQ prison version.
Yeah, basically, just NV. Not valid.
Fuck your life, bing bang.
I don't really. I know it sounds really fucking horrible, but if they're in there for life, like I get the guys that are gonna get out. That makes total sense. Like getting there, get yourself qualifications. When you get out, you can say, "All right, yeah, I'm an ex-con, but I've done a carpentry course and I can bang a fucking cabinet together."
Yeah.
But for the people that are in there forever, it's like
It's just something to do.
Yeah,
but you don't have to do it. That's the thing.
I know
So,
that. Yeah,
you can it's all open. So like you get locked up between X time and X time. So you have to be in your cell, and then they'll lock the cell. But during the day, you have your own key for your cell. So I remember Jay, or whatever his real name is, took me back to his cell. That's actually that's not his real name.
Take me out for dinner, baby.
Took me back to his cell, and after I wiped the
No.
no, and I went in there and I was like, right, so you got a little TV, you got a PlayStation 2. I said to him, what games you got? He was like, we cannot have like GTA or anything like that. But
it's violence.
You can have like FIFA
racing,
and, all that sort of shit.
Yeah,
he had all pictures of like family on the wall, which you'd expect, and it was like it wasn't what you'd expect.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It wasn't just a fucking shit bed.
A bed, a fucking sink, and a shitter. Yeah,
It was.
Right, that's it. So let's go into that a minute instead of tuck shops. What could they have? How would they get access to like a PlayStation, a TV? What's in there from stock?
To be honest, I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't really remember, but I remember walking in there thinking, fuck me, I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
How the fuck? They don't. Surely the taxpayer doesn't give them a PlayStation. It must be family or something. It
I
must.
don't know.
Yeah, I think it probably is, to be fair.
I think the TV is probably provided
Like,
by
so,
the
like,
prison.
yeah.
The taxpayer, not the taxpayer. The people that spend our tax money piss the rest of it out the wall. So
Yeah, I mean
know.
that is true, but I can't see prisoners being given PlayStation 2s.
No,
I
I
mean,
think it probably is family to be like some of the shit they're wearing as well, like brand new Nikes and like all that.
so
There's-
you can what? They
no
don't wear
uniform.
No uniform?
No.
Are you what?
Yeah, there was one bloke from London. I only said hello to him a couple of times. He looked like picture Akon, short black man, like,
Yeah.
really dark.
Yeah.
all the gear
But he had like
dripping in Gucci, baby.
bandanas, all the gangster shit on. He was a gangster.
Was
Through
he
and
a
through.
blood or a crep?
Through,
Oh,
like,
was he?
fully dripping in blue. Everything was
okay.
blue. Yeah, every
Oh,
time
so
I see him.
he was a crip then.
Yeah,
Or
but
do we have that over
I
here?
don't know.
But he was London. He wouldn't.
Maybe it means something else down there.
foreign, but yeah, I don't
So
know.
there's no uniform or nothing.
No.
Like, is that just because it was category D and it was low risk and
I think so. A couple of the people that would, so like the Jay, for instance, he is the Manchester stabby guy.
yeah?
His job was doing the bins.
Oh right.
So he'd go around emptying the bins every single day, same routine.
Bins in
and-
the cells.
Yeah, bins, just bins everywhere.
Every bin.
Like where you been? I've been to the bin.
Then
and
come
he'd
on,
have-
where have you wheelie been?
Yeah, yeah. I've really been over there. They'd have just like a grey, like the prison grey on, if you know what I mean, the grey fit.
Oh, so just they did provide you with clothing, but you could wear what you wanted should you.
That's
Well,
it.
used
So
to do
once,
that.
yeah, once
Yeah.
he's finished work,
Yeah, he can.
he wears his own
He
normal
can get
clothes.
changed and go out, so to
Yeah.
speak. Like they had, I think they had. I'm sure they had pool. I can't fucking remember. I'm sure there was like ping pong or a pool table in one of the cell blocks that they could play as well. So like there was shit to do because obviously you've been in that long. As much as they're horrible fucking pieces of shit to the families that they fucked over, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They, in theory, as much as the families would be like, no, they should be in their cell or dead or locked up 24/7.
You can't deprive them of
It's a
like
human
just
right.
something to
yeah,
do.
that's just literally just something to do. Really.
So,
isn't
yeah,
it?
even if it is like you say the most mundane shit, like emptying the fucking bins, like you said, like we're on about giving somebody a qualification who's never going to get out of prison.
Yeah.
It's just something to keep your mind busy.
Yeah.
Like people say, oh, he should be locked up in a fucking cell and never see the light of day again. Like, yeah, all right, there are certain cases where maybe you could make that argument, but
Yeah.
like you say, for matey to fucking stab someone, it's still a heinous crime, but at the end of the day, like you say, he regrets it every fucking day that he's done it.
Yeah,
You
he come
can't-
across very genuinely remorseful about it.
Yeah.
Whereas the other guy I was talking about, fuck me, I'm just glad he's not coming out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just having met him for those 9 months and speaking to him and knowing what he's about really. But like there was one bloke who would like I can't remember where it was. Remember there was like prison riots and people on the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there, he reckoned. Don't know if
Oh,
it
was
true.
that? Was it? Oh, yeah, I do remember. Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I was there on the roof and all this shit. But he'd like big it up. But
right.
he was one of the main ones that I was like, you have not aged from the time you came in here. And you've been, I think he was like 14 years in to a life sentence. And he told me it was attempted murder. I don't know if you can get a life sentence for attempted murder.
No, I don't think you can. I think it's I know it's I think it's a similar sentence to murder because you've gone out with the intent to do it, which is nearly as bad as doing it, but you haven't, you know.
It's funny though, because if you think about it, you're in a prison full of lifers, and what do you reckon? What can you get life for? Murder,
Like
some sort of paedophilia, type
serial rape, I think.
Yeah, a lot of fucking
Nasty
horrible shit. Yeah,
It's basically violent crimes.
and you go in there with all of them, and you go in for attempted murder. I'd be like, you couldn't even complete the job. You are literally the most pathetic prisoner going. Obviously, I didn't say that to him because he probably would have fucking beat me up. But yeah, so the main reason I was there is the kitchen was so old, it was full of asbestos.
Right.
So I was basically looking after the contractors.
Oh, you were keeping watch over them.
Yeah. That were removing all of said asbestos. So they had this little tent. They'd go in, it would all spray you with their suits on. They'd go in, do their shit, all that. And the reason I was there for so long, I think it was only meant to be about 6 months, but it got to the end and the inspectors came in, right? I'm building up to something that I could find quite funny, but you probably won't. So the inspectors went in and they didn't sign it off, right? So they basically said,
It's not good enough.
you haven't removed it, or it's not good enough, blah, blah, blah. The blokes came out and they were grafters. They were sweating. They were in there all day. This was like through the summer, and they came out, right? And I was like, so what happened? Yeah, they were so buzzing for the inspection, and they literally come up and they were like, oh, didn't get signed off. And I was like, oh fuck. At least you did asbestos you can. Honestly, I thought he was going to swing for me. He was fucking fuming. Fuck me.
He's looking at you thinking, oh, right, yeah, that's all right for you, cunt. You get to stand here for another 9 months twiddling your fucking thumbs.
Yeah, that's
I got to
it.
get back in there and cut asbestos up.
Oh, mate. I literally was like, you're there just cracking up. Fucking hell.
You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm proud of that one. On
I
the
don't know,
spot.
that's quite good.
So this sort of commissary thing, so the money that they earn, they are then eligible to spend in the shop, as it were.
Yeah,
Did they get a card, or they
d-
just get it put against their name?
I think it was like you'd order it, so to speak. I don't think there was again, it was so long ago. I've got such a shit memory, but I don't think there was like a literal shop there. I know I've watched some shit on, TV and that where some prisons do literally have like a fucking supermarket. You go in there with your little card and that, but
What?
yeah, you go in there. I remember, I think it was like, is it like a Louis Theroux thing or something? wasn't it?
Oh, I've seen that. There's one.
what's that other bloke that got put in prison?
I don't
Ian
falsely?
Huntley. Oh no, not him.
No.
Oh yeah, him, the M25 murder or whatever. It was.
Fuck. Chief of Nurse name.
M25 murderer.
No, was it not M25? It was Summit gang. There was 3 of them. They got falsely imprisoned for murder.
Oh yes. Oh no, the M. I don't know, but it was 3 black chaps, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Rule.
Yeah, it's Raoul.
Raoul Moat.
No.
Oh wait, you're talking about totally different things here. Can we get this fucking straight for the listeners?
No, we are.
UK. That's right. I'm just looking it up.
His name's Raoul or something, isn't it?
Oh,
And now he's a journalist for the
fucking
BBC.
hell.
Yeah, and he does. His
I know
own
exactly who you're on
prison
about.
tours.
And he goes around the world.
he was on another podcast not too long ago. Oh fucking hell, this is painful.
And he did literally like the world's
There are
worst
people out there
prisons.
screaming.
Yeah, I know.
As
You
they're
dumb
listening.
cunts! Just say his fucking name.
Oh fucking.
Come on, get it up. Not like that.
Raphael Raoul.
Yes.
it.
No. Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Rowe.
Yeah.
I think it's
Raphael Rowe. Yes.
Raphael
Yeah.
Rowe. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Good series if you haven't watched it.
Really good
actually.
series.
Really good.
And he also does like huge prison tours.
But
and
he fully submerges himself. Submerges?
Immerses.
Immerses.
Well, I like submerges better.
He submerges himself
Yeah,
into
so
the prisons.
he
And
will
they say
put
to him-
himself into.
Yeah, and they're like, he's like, I have been in prison in the UK. And they're like, what have you done? I was in for murder. Oh my God, you are a brother. But I didn't do it. Fuck you. You are a fake mother. But yeah, no, it's a good series. But yeah, that one of the, I think I'm sure it was one of them. They had like a proper shop, and I remember him saying to me, like, why don't you rob it? And they were like, there's just no point. Like, we're in prison already. What's the point in fucking robbing the shop in the prison? Do you know what I mean?
Because it's the one place where you can get the little things that you remember from the outside.
But that was the whole like the rehabilitation feel, because you'd go in and you'd have a trolley or a basket. And it was literally like a shop.
That's peculiar.
Whereas I think in a lot of places over here, you literally just
order it for a little
tick
hatch
boxes or some shit, something like that. But I mean, yeah, it was an insight to work in the prison because of, like, you know, when you're younger and you go out and you get in fights, and a bit like the one I was saying earlier, like there was a bloke in there who's a one-punch killer, and you think if you punch someone and they die,
then you're in
done.
there. You're done.
Yeah, because like I said, when that happened to me, it was after I'd worked in the prison.
Oh,
So I was in that cell for 13 hours, not knowing.
Oh, if he was dead or
Yeah,
alive.
I mean,
you
you don't know. Last thing I seen was him on the floor, and I'd obviously just jimmied off around the corner. And
you didn't know if they're going to rearrest you for murder.
yeah, so I shit myself. I'm not gonna lie.
But you would do.
And that's why now I would rather walk away from any confrontation when it's going to get physical like that.
There is no
100%.
fucking point. There's nothing to fucking gain.
No, 100%.
Dick swinging doesn't count.
No, 100%. 100%. It's not even worth it, because at the end of the day, if you think, oh, I'm a big man and that, and you hit someone and they die,
You're done,
you're
Jag.
fucked, mate. Do you know what I mean? Chicken ain't on the move.
Chicken's now stopped.
Chicken is stopped.
Behind bars.
They have taken your Tesco carry bag, mate, and you are fucked. Ain't happening.
Right, I think that's a good time to cut our break. I'm going to go get beer of the week.
I'll send you to the fridge.
Yes, thank you. You don't have to send me. I will go there of my own accord.
Willingly.
Marlon. Yeah, you don't have to force me.
Get to the fridge now.
Yeah, it's mine. Right, and we'll be back shortly. Love you, everyone. Don't forget to moisturise. Right, I'm back from your mum's broken Peloton, and just kidding. I've been in the fridge, and
You have to have the minimum.
I thought you were going to say pelvis. I was like, sorry about that.
She Latina or no?
Mama got cokes. Right,
Three C's.
so I've been to the fridge, and what have I come back with here, Marlon?
So you've got an extraordinary IPA, Vedette.
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 VEDTT. I think
No,
it's.
you said that wrong.
VEDETT.
I am dyslexic.
No,
all
too
these.
many
vedettis.
I've had too many Vedettis, yeah, I reckon. It's been a
So,
really short break as well. Usually we have like an hour break, which is like 10 minutes. So, talk me through it, Marlon. What have we got?
So on the front we got 3-colour label. I think it's a fucking Irish flag.
It
or
is
something.
either that or your Nigerian flag. I can never remember which way around it is, but yeah. No,
It says
Nigerian.
it's from India though.
No, it's not, though.
What?
Read it.
Hang on. Oh, there's the Indian. Yeah, no, that is the Indian flag.
Ah,
Sorry, my
okay.
apologies. No,
No,
it is the
it
Indian
says-
flag.
Not very good with flags.
India Pale Ale, but not really from India and not really a pale ale.
Oh, right. Well, that's
So
interesting.
basically they're lying
So
cunts.
you don't really know where it's come from.
Extraordinary should be served at 6 degrees Celsius, which is actually not far off what the fridge is on. So we nearly got that perfect. It's a Duvel, isn't it? It's made by Duvel, and
Yeah,
we've
got
rated Duvel quite highly. We've had the triple hop Citra, and we've had
Yeah.
the 666 on before. So I can tell that by the shape of the bowl.
Yeah,
So there's a little bit of marketing
didn't really
bullshit.
taste the 666.
Did we? No, you.
No, I had COVID.
Oh, of course you didn't. No. Oh, sorry, Marlon. I quite liked it. I think from what I remember.
I trust your.
So there's a little
judgment.
bit of it being, there is a little bit of marketing bullshit on the back there, Marlon. If you want to go ahead and read that and read marketing bullshit.
Vedette. Extraordinary IPA. A taste of multi flavours and extra hops in a single bottle of premium speciality beer.
Wow.
That's it.
That is very
330
good.
bottle.
But
5.5%.
before we get into tasting it, Marlon, Who brought us this beer today?
Beer Hunter.
Beer Hunter. The Beer Hunter, as you well know by now, is the sponsor of this podcast. Beer Hunter UK is the #1 craft beer seller, selling over 350 plus.
350.
350. Mental.
That's a lot.
I
of
didn't
beer.
think there were 350 beers in the world, but there are on this one fucking website. So, yeah, they sell 350 plus beers from around the world, delivering them directly to your door. Use our code, which is what, Marlon?
ITDH.
For 10% off your order. You save money. It lets them know that we sent you there, and it helps both us and them out very much. So, yeah, please support the brands that support us. Shout out to Beer Hunter UK. Thank you very much. Chuck them a follow on Instagram at Beer Hunter UK if you don't already. For all their deals, steals, and sales of the century. And without any further ado, let's get into it and see what we think.
Can we,
Oh, wow. That's a fucking flavourful beer, that is.
That's nice.
I really like
Yeah,
that.
I like
That's
that.
one of the... they say it's not Indian and not really an IPA, not really a pale ale, but
What is he, 5.5?
it hits like a fucking train.
yeah, that is a strong ass beer, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like I've always said, I love a flavourful, punchy beer, and that is exactly that. I really like that, actually. I'm not one for muted flavours and subtle this and fucking wafty that.
I see that.
I like it to be like, pal, this is what I am, take it or leave it, biatch. And that's how I feel about that. What you-
Tasty.
what you-
I actually like it.
Yeah? You're not much of an IPA or a cunty
Not
beer man, are you?
Really, no, but I would sink them.
They're nice, aren't
It
they?
is actually, yes. It is good.
I think it's a 330 little stubby bottle, but I think that's about right, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
I think
I don't-
500 would be too much, but
Yeah.
then again, like I could drink a lot of them because I see why it says serve at 6 Celsius because you won't want that to go warm. That needs to be like cold.
That it needs to be that temperature.
Yeah,
And it's a nice butt plug shaped bottle.
It is.
It is, it's ribbed.
It's ribbed.
She's got 3
Her
different
pleasure.
steps.
it's got 3. It's like beginner, intermediate, and expert.
And then gone.
What do you think, Marlon?
Um,
And it's got a picture of a walrus on it.
It does weirdly. I can't really work out the walrus, but
Maybe Vedette is Indian for walrus.
maybe, or maybe it's just a fucking walrus.
There is that.
Who knows?
I mean, it's not the favorite thing I've ever drank.
No.
It's okay.
TripAdvisor.
I'm about 3.
3. That's fair. That's fair. Mule, what are you saying? 0 out of 5 on TripAdvisor. We don't do halves.
Are we going for just drinkability?
Well, just what you think
how
of it
do you
as
feel
a
about
beer?
it?
Yeah.
I'd give it a 4.
Oh,
I would actually give it a 4.
That's strong.
I'm giving it a 5. There's no two ways about it. I really, really
It
like
is
that.
nice. It is nice.
So that's averaging out at a
4.
4
Bloody hell.
for Vedette by Duvel Extraordinary IPA. Right. Well, thank you, Beer Hunter, for providing that to us. Check them out. www.beerhunter.co.uk. Get on there. Use our code IDTH. Support the boys that support us. Thank
Remember
you very much.
to at them in your stories
Yeah, do.
and just spam the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Really.
The more you just hit them up on the stories and the tags and all that, is the more they know.
the
that,
more
oh,
they're going to love us,
they're
or
gonna be
the
like-
more irritated they'll be.
Either way,
we win.
yeah, we do win because they're like, right, well, those bastards are clearly making a fucking impact. So, yes, right. Well, getting back into it. Mr. Mule. Mr. Mule.
No.
Not home.
What was the worst crime?
Register like he was just in the daze and just.
I was like,
It's like Eminem choking on stage. I can't get my words out. This Vedette is so nice. I cannot speak.
I know it's not me right off my feet.
Yes,
What
go on.
was the worst crime somebody told you about in there?
The worst crime. I mean, to be fair, well, you probably would agree. I mean, the first geezer, the guy that did the old OAP shit.
Yeah, there's not. I can't think of really.
At the end, well, I mean, picture it like this: you've got a relative who's in an old people's home, and somebody decides to go on in unannounced and
Yeah.
do that horrible shit. No, I think that's very up there. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, there were people in there that I was told. Okay, so I didn't know who this person was. I didn't know what they looked like or anything like that. But one of them told me that one of the people's crimes that were in there they were a family friend of said family. They were, I don't know what you call them, babysitting, something like that.
Never ends well.
And I believe the parents came home after said person had done the unthinkable, not just the, what would you call it, rape or whatever you want to call it, but had also killed him.
Oh my God.
And I think from memory, they'd wrapped him up in some fucking shit, and they were trying to put him in the airing cupboard, but the parents came home early. I think it was like a panic thing, like, oh shit, put him in there. Yeah, that was, again, that was not gospel from the person who did it, because again, like, when people are telling you this, you can't flip out and start fucking smashing their head in.
No, this is the thing.
You can't react. You have to just be like,
oh right,
that's what you did, is it?
Okay,
oh, lovely, yeah.
Right.
Do you want me to tell you what I did that weekend? I wasn't fucking in here. You know what I mean?
No, they were fucking in the shower.
That's it. Yeah. I was with your mum. Yeah. But no, I was told that. Like I said, I mean, that's not gospel from the person that did it, so to speak. But yeah. I was told there was an ex-copper in there. I don't know what they did, but I mean, like I say, Cat C ex-copper probably okay, but I'd imagine Cat A, they've had some shit, especially if people find out. Because I was speaking, the guy the Manchester stabber, we'll call him that. He said, so we got on really well. Like, he was actually quite a nice guy, great in bed. And he said to me,
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Always good. He said to me, so I was talking to him about when you get out, right? Because he was still young. You know what I mean? So he was 30 years old. So, I mean, Cat D, I mean, you can be in Cat D for like 18 months and then you're out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You don't have to be there that long. As long as a parole board, you get
all ticks.
Yeah. Tick the boxes. Yes, you are safe within society, can go back out. And I think he said he was going to move down Cornwall and that. And to be fair, since then, I know his real name, and I have tried searching him on, like, it's a bit difficult. Like, I've Googled, like, prison records, trying to find out what's happened to him. Because I would
get
genuinely
invested in a person, I suppose.
And I would try and reach out, and I would, because like we got on well. I imagine he'd remember me. Do you know what I mean? I think I was the first white guy he had. But God. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. That completely threw me off. What was I saying?
You got thrown off by your own shit joke.
I did, yeah. I was concentrating so much on
Fuck your life, being
building up to a
building
bad
up
joke.
to a real bad joke.
Yeah.
The first time
You were trying to.
the first time I had.
You can have. You were saying that you had to. You were going to try and find him.
Yeah. So. No, I was actually going in a different direction than that.
Oh, I don't know where you were going.
What did you ask me? I can't remember. The worst crime, yeah. Worst crime. He said that.
Did that, and then you went on.
And then I went off on a different direction, and now we're going to come back. Yeah. No, I've lost it.
Right, okay.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Now, next question.
Next question.
Did anyone actually drop the soap?
No.
We have to ask it.
Not that I know of. A few people, like, you'd have string around your wrist attached to the soap.
Oh. Well, actually, so there wasn't that.
Yeah, so you couldn't drop it, and then my job was to go in with my scissors, and I'd have 1 minute to cut as many strings as I could. Gang bang. No, I didn't go in the showers with them because that would just be weird.
No, because that's not what you were there to do. Like you said, you were there to like protect the contractors and just be there for security.
Yeah.
Was there any of that shit going on there? Like, they'd say gay for the stay and all that?
Yeah, no, there was, yeah.
Was there?
Yeah, there were couples. I think there was two. Again, you'd see them.
Yeah.
And people would tell you about them.
Did anyone really give a shit?
No.
No.
Like I said, it was quite a relaxed atmosphere. Like, you think of prison, what I would call a Cat A. Do you know what I mean? You'd think of prison as
that's what gets portrayed to us on TV.
Yeah, which would be very fucking daunting, because that's the kind of people that go there thinking they're a bad man. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're the ones who go there with the egos and the dick swinging and the.
Whereas
I'm
these
bigger than
boys
you.
have been in the fucking system
Yeah.
like 10 plus years. And they're just
Yeah.
like, I just want to see me fucking sentence out
Yeah.
or just die.
Basically, yeah. But of course, like, as you know, they reckon that it housed one or both of the Crays back in the day, didn't it? Shepton
Yeah.
Prison. They
Is
had the
that
hanging
is that
shed.
true? I've heard rumours. I've heard that Huntley was in there as well. Is that true?
No.
Huntley wasn't in there.
No.
I wouldn't have thought so, no.
I
I think one of the
No, no,
Crays was.
sorry, that was I didn't mean that. I meant oh fuck, what's his name? Fucking Hammer Time. What's his name?
Mr. Motivator.
No.
Is he in prison?
I love how you went from MC Hammer to Mr. Motivator. No, oh god, I've made so many jokes about him, and I fucking pulled an absolute blank. The trucker from the 80s killed all those
Oh,
people. What's his fucking name?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh fuck me! I swear he was in there.
What, a UK guy?
Peter Sutcliffe. Peter Sutcliffe.
Oh, Sutcliffe. I don't know. I know that
Hammer
Apparently-
Time was also a GMC monster truck.
No, I
that
don't.
definitely was not there.
I don't expect Ronnie would have been in there, was he? Because I was led to believe that he went into a psychiatric unit for like his whole life because he was
So
batshit insane.
this is my next point of thing. It's now closed.
Yes, yeah. How long's it been closed?
Oh,
10 years?
That's the thing.
No,
It wasn't.
I want to say 5 year.
No, I reckon longer than that.
Yeah.
It was probably 5 years ago. Me and Curbs went in there filming for The Intent 2. If you've not seen it, it's a film. But we filmed in there for that with, you know, Kid Hood?
Yeah.
Remember Mooney?
Yes.
Well, he produced a film called The Intent
Yeah.
and then made the sequel, The Intent 2, and they wanted extras. So we went down to film as extras in the prison. Mm.
Oh, I'm fucked.
And it's funny because I was there and I had a shot in one of the wings. So we were all there hooded up like, you know, prisoners and all that. And this geezer was walking straight down through the middle. And like you had to, they said to me, oh, just screw face him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, be like
Yeah.
angry, like, who the fuck are you sort of thing. And he come up to me afterwards. He's like, yeah, that was brilliant. I was, oh my God. Like I was right where the camera was. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I took the missus to the cinema to watch it, right? And I was like, babe, seriously, yeah, I'm in this fucking film. Watched the whole fucking movie and they cut the scene. Oh! The only thing I was in was the exercise yard shot from a drone above. And the only way I knew it was me is because I knew what I was wearing. So then, right, the credits roll at the end and I was like, well, I was in the film. But because Curbs messaged them, it actually says in the credits, Adam Kirby. It didn't even say me, and I was fucking fuming. Jess was like, this film was fucking shit. I was like, for fuck's sake. But yeah. But no, it's been, I don't know when it closed. To be fair, that's what I found a bit baffling, because they must have spent a fucking lot of money on this new kitchen fit. And I think it was within 18 months, 2 years, 3 years tops, it closed.
That doesn't make no sense. Well, that's
Closed in 2013.
Yes,
Jesus,
yeah, 3
so
years. I
9
think it was
years ago.
Yeah, I think it was 2010 I worked there, and 3 years later.
Well, that's the government for you,
That's
isn't
it.
it? Yeah,
Spunking all the
just
money.
pour money into something and then go, nah, we're done with that now.
And
So
now you
what I
can-
was going to say, have you been? Obviously, you've been back as an extra in a film.
Yeah, I haven't done the ghosty shit there.
That's it.
But a lot
There
of people do
is
say some
a
shit.
Shitload of ghost hunts, that sort of thing now, like paranormal activity bollocks.
Well,
Did you ever see anything?
No, I mean I only did days, but some of the
Like, we're going to get into like tin hat territory now.
yeah, some of the OSGs, yeah,
Yeah.
which is an operational support grade, which is their title, prison guard basically. They would say, so they do nights. I never did nights. I only did days, Monday to Friday type shit. And they would say, there's been times when everyone's locked in their cell, like there is nobody outside their cell,
No, of course not.
and they'd hear footsteps up and down the wings, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? You think as a hanging shed, people got killed there.
Yeah.
Like I said
What?
earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
a hanging shed there.
Well, they actually carried out death sentences
Correct.
there.
Yeah,
Was that
100%.
after the war as well? Just like they'd
Yeah,
carry
that's
out
after the
before
war.
yeah.
before capital punishment was
That when it
outlawed.
was a genuine HMP prison.
Yeah, 100%.
Shit, I didn't know that.
So it actually turned out that you've been there.
Did that have a drop? Sorry, did that have a drop floor in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which actually turned out to be.
Fucking
it-
no.
It turned out to be one of the offices, didn't it, upstairs, and the desk was placed
over the
hole.
Oh
Yeah.
No, I mean,
because-
I don't believe any of this ghosty shit. That's just me. But
But that's
like,
the thing, what
That's like that has standing there where that many people have died and been like that, their lives taken away. Fucking nope.
Because somebody said to me, right, when I don't know if I went for I can't remember if I did go for like a tour there afterwards. I think maybe I did once. And I went with people that obviously hadn't been.
You're like, yeah, it's this way, mate.
Yeah. I was like, come on through. But the bloke that was taking us round was basically trying to big it up because he said, and I remember this, he said that one of the crays was there, right? And this is what he said, and this is, judge for yourself, but this is fucking bollocks. He reckons one of the crays was there, went to the hanging shed, put the noose around his neck, held onto it, jumped down, and then like took it off and was like, yeah, that won't kill me. I was like, no, he fucking didn't.
No.
Just snap your fucking neck, you did.
That's
the
the whole
noose
lot.
wouldn't have been up there unless it's being used.
That's what I mean, yeah. But he was telling everyone that, and I was
Yeah.
like, no, like, if you believe this, like,
You're a fucking idiot.
literally retarded.
Give your fucking head a wobble, you cunt.
Yeah.
The first few years of it being opened as a ghost
Because
haunty.
you did it, didn't
yeah,
you? Yeah.
I've done it 10 times at least, I expect.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been down
Oh,
there.
mate, it's so fucking interesting.
No,
going on.
I'd rather just go on an informative tour of it without all this fucking hocus
Oh, no, they
pocus
let you-
crap.
They let you wander around.
Oh, that's just what I want to do.
Basically, you get kind of like an hour tour,
Well, that's what I'd like. Someone just
and
tell me
then
like, this is
you
what
get
this is.
6
this is what this
hours
is.
to do whatever the fuck you want.
Because you know
I just go
the
to sleep.
the big brown gates that,
Yes,
that you would know as the prison entrance.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, the entrance was actually at the other side
On
of
the
the prison.
far side.
Yeah. So when you come through there, when you come in, there's like a little foyer, should we call it?
Yeah.
On the right hand side, there's a door, half-sized door, if you like something that like Jack Titch would call a normal sized door. Right?
Like the cupboard, like the door you got for the cupboard under the stairs.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And that was the holding cell. And you'd open it up, and it was just like this concrete piss wet on the floor, just shitty little, like you couldn't stand up in there. And that was the old school.
Just to
holding cell.
interject, the last hanging was carried out on June 15th, 1945, by a Pierpoint.
What's that?
You've heard of the Pierpoints?
No.
What's a pair?
They're an execution family, basically.
Oh, what they actually
What
have
was their
that's
job?
all they used to do.
That's all they used to do.
Their
I
job
think,
was
I
to
think
hang
it was
people.
brothers.
What a sick job. Imagine that. Would you not enjoy that?
Shag, I wince at the thought of working in a fucking
So
slaughterhouse.
yeah, that was that was obviously just after the war,
Yeah, literally. When was it?
45?
Not when in 45.
June.
Yeah, I think that's just after it ended. I think. Don't quote me on that, war experts. So, and after that, it was that.
After that, that was
Yeah.
the last one. So, as I said, I've done numerous tours. As obviously it's become more commercialized.
Yeah.
There's more. Oh, this is really, really fucking haunted. Ah.
Am I getting a Marjorie?
What did that bloke from Phoenix say? Phoenix Night say? I'm getting the word. Nonce.
I will never get old. I will never get old in this place.
But yeah, like, I'm not. To be fair, I don't really know what I believe when it comes to paranormal shit. There's got to be something there. There's got to be something. That place is very dark and dingy and.
There was a recent thing in Le News, right? And they reckon it was the most convincing video of the paranormal, right? So this couple moved. Well, I don't know. I don't really know what it was. I think they set up a camera to look at their cats. They had cats, some shit like that, and it was viewing the living room and down a corridor. And I've seen the video, and basically this quite obvious. Well, I say obvious. You can tell it's a person.
Could you? What I want to ask you is, could you
down at the end of the hallway?
Down at the end of the
I
hallway.
saw that.
Well,
yeah.
but without having a sort of pre-description of it, could you work out what it was if you went and watched that video?
You'd look at it and think,
What the fuck was that?
yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah. It was it wasn't like somebody walking out of a door into the hallway. It was this distorted, funky figure thing. And apparently, I think the woman that used to live there had died there.
Yeah.
Yeah, an elderly woman. And the cats react as well. They they dart under the table. And then people are commenting saying, oh, the cats are just playing and that. And it's just like, people don't, well, I suppose some people do make this shit up, but you know what I mean?
I don't think I trust a video because nowadays it's so easily edited.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think this is the problem with all this kind of crap is you have to see to believe kind of thing. And I know some people that have been absolutely anti it for years, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Yep, I believe." Like, what happened? They're like, "Oh," they tell you, and you're like, "Yeah, sure thing, boss." And they're like, "Yeah, well, that's what I thought," until I saw someone stood over my fucking bed. I mean, I've said before, I think my mother was convinced that our last house was haunted and was like, wouldn't tell. She never told us until we left the house because we were kids and she didn't want us being scared and that. But she was like, I know our place was fucking haunted. Like, absolutely. Not by anything like, she didn't reckon anything evil, but I never heard fuck all. Like, I never heard fuck all. My sister did, like, all the time, but...
Mate, we had it when I was a kid. We had a dog.
I've got one as well.
But it wasn't real.
What?
Yeah, a dog called Rex. And I remember, like, when I was a kid, I literally, because my mum's quite into all that sort of, like, auras and, you know, all that sort of shit.
Fucking stones and crystals.
Yeah,
I do believe in crystal skulls.
And you've got to point the elephants at the door as well, aren't you?
Yeah, and I was like, I remember it when I was a kid, like, mum used to say, like, where's Rex? And I'd be like, I'd stop and think, and I'd be like, there. And she'd be like, yeah. And now I say it out loud, how fucking weird. She was just taking the piss out of me, wasn't she? Fuck you, ma!
Fuck your life! Bing bang!
I am still convinced Mum and Dad's house is haunted.
Yeah?
Coming down, like, I used to sleep in the extension. So it's an old Victorian house, built in late 1800s.
The one where they live now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a big ass Victorian terrace setup.
Humble brag.
No. And there was an extension on the back.
Yeah.
2-story, so I slept in the second story bit of the extension, and there's a hallway which would have led just to the end of the house.
That's the bedroom you took me to that time. At the end of the hall.
Hey, yo, take me out for dinner, baby.
Say no more.
And I was numerous occasions there were footsteps walking up and down, and like this is 3 o'clock in the morning. Footsteps up and down the corridor.
Because I remember me and you experienced something once.
When we went.
Yeah, when we went to Sandy Hill, whatever. Is that what it was called?
Sandhill.
Oh, the old mental institution.
So
yeah.
we all went over there as a convoy of Budman Utes in the cars, all the neons and shit. And we climbed up on this fucking thing and we broke in and all this.
No, we didn't.
No,
the door was open.
The door was open and there was a guy there saying, come on in. So we went in and we all walking around and obviously like it's dark, there's shit everywhere. You think it's paranormal, shall we say? So you're on edge anyway. So we all went into this room at the end of a corridor. And how many of us were there? Like 8, 9?
Yeah, there was like 2 or 3 carfuls.
Yeah, so say 9 people, right? Walk into this room, dead end room, looking around, glass on the floor, shit everywhere. And then like everyone decides to leave the room to go somewhere else. And I was the last out the room. So as I was walking out, there was this big bit of wood on the floor. So I picked it up. I'm walking, you know, in convoy, should we say, behind everyone. And I just fucking launched it backwards. And of course it just went into this fucking room.
Yeah.
Loud as fuck. Of course, everybody knew that I was the last person.
Yeah.
So everyone looks back, screams, shit, because we're quite away from this room now, and fucking pegs it. Because they're like, oh my God, fuck, shit, bollocks. They run. I stand there knowing full well that it was me. Like, ha, got ya. And then I go, oh my God, I'm on my own. Everyone's ran off. And I shit myself. I was like, fuck. And just fucking ran. And then we proceeded to walk around a bit more, and then we left, and all the police were there. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? We were like,
Got lost.
I just went to see my nan in the hospital, but it turns out she's been moved.
Turns out she's been fucking dead for 20 years. Thanks, Mum.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a. You can move on from that, couldn't you? You can go from the paranormal on Earth to the is there anyone else out there? Can't you? It's a
Yeah,
big topic.
you just got it. It's an endless topic, like you say. Anyway, I think we're gonna change tack.
Let's go.
Completely.
Reload.
Car history. As you well know, we enjoy car talk on this podcast.
And you've had some pieces of shit.
Oh, I've had many. And this is the only thing I prepped for. So allow me to get the list out of said whips.
So
let me just put another memory card on a minute because we're going to need some fucking more memory.
can you give us a speed run of every single car you've had?
I will bang through it one by one.
And me and Marlon will pick our favourite out of those.
There will be a few repeats. And we'll try and... okay, so this isn't necessarily in order, but it's kind of in order. So we have, starting from first car, a Fiesta Z-Tech S, a Fiesta Z-Tech S, a Focus ST Replica, a Mazda 323, Glanza Turbo, another Glanza Turbo, DC2 Integra Type R, E36 2-litre diesel, no, 2-litre petrol, sorry, BMW, E36 2-litre petrol BMW, E36 2.5 petrol BMW, E36 2-litre petrol BMW, E46 320 diesel BMW, a Z3, a 2-litre petrol E90, an X5 3-litre petrol, an MX5, an MX5, an MX5, an MX5, a Vitara, and another Vitara, the old S14 drift car, 350Z, R34 Skyline, the Civic Coupe with the B18 lump in it.
Yes.
I drove that like a prick. A Civic EJ9 1.4, a Peugeot 207 GTI, a 2-litre diesel Astra, a 2-litre diesel Vectra, 306 diesel HDI, 306 diesel D Turbo, supercharged Mini Cooper, a Pajero, a Mercedes C250 diesel, a 4.2 litre twin turbo V8 Audi Q7, another 350Z, but she was a convertible. Oh my God, I'm getting out of breath. 2 litre diesel E90 BMW, which I currently still own, a Discovery 2 TD5 reg, and then the latest edition, a 335i convertible E93 BMW, which I think takes us to 41 cars.
In, how do you know, 33, 16 years?
I passed my test on the 31st of January 2006.
Good Lord. That's an unholy amount of vehicles.
It is a lot. It is a lot.
What's your favourite out of that, Marlon?
It's difficult.
I know
'Cause
exactly what mine is.
I think I'm going to go back to probably when I first met you. I think that was my favourite car.
What did I have?
White Glanza.
White Glanza. Was it
Speed lines.
Glanza number 1?
Yeah.
Or Glanza number 2? Glanza number 1 had the gram lights on it.
EMP.
Number 2 had, they were both EMP. The regs were 1 digit different. They both came over on the same boat, I think.
Must have done. Literally gone through customs or whatever it is in DVLA at the same time.
Yeah, literally. They come over on the same boat. But the first one was...
So whatever you had about 13 years ago.
Yeah. I think it was...
I think it was the white
Was it the one with the HRF front bumper, the big fat front bumper?
Yeah.
Second one, yeah. Because the first one was... No, it was the first one because we went to a car show and nobody else behind me could see because the amount of blue smoke it was fucking out. Do you remember that?
Yeah. It was Cribs.
Was it a Cribs?
I think it was a Cribs, mate.
I thought it was Modified Mania or something down Devon. I think it was that one. Or maybe you weren't. I don't know. But I took it back to the place that I got it from, the import garage. And I took it back.
Shag, she's fucked.
And I just went in and they said, why do you want to part X a Glanza for a Glanza? And I basically said, oh, because it's got HRF front bumper, which was quite rare. And I said, it's got more stuff done to it. Whereas the one I actually had like limited slip diff gearbox and like it was actually quite a decent one. And luckily he didn't look at it. Well, he didn't look like start out, take it for a drive. He just visibly knew that I'd had it for a year. And he said, all right, give me that and 500 quid. And you can have this one.
She was burning more fucking oil than an Iraqi fucking oil field.
Two-stroke light.
Oh.
Yeah, literally. But
And how much were they back then?
I think it's $4,000 a piece I paid for them.
That is
The DC2 I paid £4,250 for.
Stop swearing. And then the S14.
14 I swapped for the DC2, and then I proceeded to pump about probably like
Did you say
10 grand into it.
Oh, 34 Skyline in that list?
That was there.
It was. My favourite car is the Mazda 323. I'm
know
not
what?
even
The
joking.
Mazda 323, there's a bit of a story behind that. So when I first started driving, I had a 1.3 Fiesta Encore.
I remember the Encore.
I don't know why it was Encore because everyone was shouting that because it wouldn't go very fast. Do you know what I mean? So I think it was, I passed my test on the 31st of January 2006. And then 4 days later, I proceeded to rear end my friend's Fiat Cinquecento, or however you pronounce it. And I writ it off. So then I told him I'd buy him a car. So I bought a car and I'd had it for a few weeks. And I thought, this is the car I'm going to give him.
Yeah.
So at the time, we'd obviously only just passed, and it was a 1.6 petrol Mazda 323 that I bought off my dad's work friend.
Was it
And
blue?
It was white.
Oh.
It was actually all right. But back then, you could claim the tax back. So I paid 150 quid for it or something, and then I claimed the tax back. Yeah. So it actually only cost me about like 60 quid or something back then. So then I was like, right, sweet, she's good to go. That'll clear the... Because he eventually wanted to go down the old insurance route, and when you pass your test...
No.
So I was like, sweet, she's good to go. And then my old man was like, we got to clean it. I was like, what do you mean you got to clean it? And you know me, old man, like...
Meticulous as fuck.
Meticulously anal about having pristine... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he cleaned it up. By the time he'd gone through it, he spent like 2 full shifts on it. Do you know what I mean? Like full
for
days.
fuck's sake.
But by the time he'd finished, I was looking at it, I was like, that's like a fucking £8,000 car now. What have you done to it? And then, I give it to him in the end. And it was like the fastest thing ever. Like mine was a 1.3. Everyone else had the 1 litres and all that. And he had a 1.6.
You were the boy back then if you had anything over a 1.4.
That's it, that big leader mind.
He put a Willy Weld-on exhaust on it and put some like little Jap wheels on it and that. And it was like, doing a bridge run back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, I hit 83. I was like, fucking hell, mate, you're mental.
So there used to be a thing called the bridge run. Basically, there's a roundabout in a local town, and there's a bridge.
2 bridges.
Yeah.
It was the first bridge, wasn't it? What do you reckon
First
it is?
bridge.
It ain't a mile, is
I
it?
don't know
No.
how long it is, but you can't do it anymore because we've got traffic lights there, haven't
Yeah.
they? But
What do you reckon it is? Just over
I-
half a mile?
I honestly don't know. I'll measure it. I'll measure
I want
it.
to say like 3/4 of a mile. And the top speed used to like sort of that ruled your class.
That
back
determines
then.
how fast your car was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all about coming off that roundabout as fucking
Lit
fast
As hot as you could.
Yeah, but yeah. So you'd have some people saying, "Oh yeah, I did a bridge run last night." Oh, did you, mate? What'd you get? 120. I was like, "What? In your 1.1 Saxo?"
Absolutely not, you paedophile.
That's what I mean. But then some people would do it because this is before the supermarket was open, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you could actually park in this little lay-by.
It's kind of it's on the borderline of us having video recording phones as well.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It was back then when like you
You had a
recorded.
3-pixel phone. Like.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
The fucking VGA camera on the
Always
back.
remember you taking the DC2 up after we just welded that back box on and the back box was on fire.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, spitting out fucking flames and sparks and all that shit. Because that was when me and D Blackie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He had a EP3 Type R.
That's it.
Full exhaust system on it and a like Typhoon intake or some shit. And it sounded like no other EP3 ever. It just completely transformed the sound. Like you wouldn't know. Like you'd hear a VTEC EP3 and you'd know what it was.
Yeah.
This thing sounded nothing like it. So we
That's
were
a
like,
K20, isn't it?
yeah. So we were like, we're gonna race fully, Fast and Furious style
B18 versus K20, yeah.
down the bypass. So we lined up. I was on the correct side of the road. He was slightly on the wrong side of the road.
Allegedly.
We had a person in the middle. Unfortunately, not a female whipping her bra off like they do in the films, but did the whole up in the air, boom, go, and we were pretty much side by side down the bypass late at night. Then, of course, cars started coming, right? So I'm on the right side of the road. I was like, okay, I'll stay committed. He's on the wrong side of the road thinking, okay, I'll stay committed. Honestly, I was sort of looking over thinking,
can 3 cars fit down this carriageway?
well, they did. Fucking hell.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. That never I mean, that was in Mexico when we did it.
Yeah, I remember.
We actually that was on our own private
yes,
road,
that-
wasn't it?
that would be the one.
Yeah, that was the one tarmac at work. We built
Yeah.
it through that, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. But no, it was good times.
I think
I wouldn't have the
think
balls.
that was the same night he had to disappear because he got chased by
That
said people.
that was the same night. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was after that race in Mexico, he was doing the bridge runs, and like I said, the car was so loud. He was coming towards us from going up past the bridge and up the road, turned around, came back at full chat, and going, not doing a bridge run, but was a police car, and he come down at well over a buck, didn't he? Easy.
A good old rate of knots.
Yeah, and then of course you heard him anchor on, vroom, vroom, not slowing down. Then you see the lights come on, woo, and then you hear, like, he just literally just fucked off. What was it? A couple hours later, we were back in hometown, weren't we? And the police turned up, and they were like, "We're looking for this car," and we were like,
Never heard of it, mate.
Don't know what you're on about.
Don't know what you're on about.
"No, we can't afford one of them."
I'm gonna fucking saxo shag.
Yeah, that's it.
What car did you miss the most out of that list?
S14, all day long.
That was a fucking gorgeous vehicle.
I was at one with that car. Like,
I remember. I think I can't remember if I seen you drifting it or I saw the videos of you drifting it because you were big in your drifting back then.
yeah,
big
massively,
styly.
yeah. Loved it. Yeah, good crack. Yeah, really enjoyed it. It was only because, like, you know, you start getting on the property ladder and things have to be.
Sacrifices have to be made,
given up, yeah,
unfortunately,
but-
don't they?
But it was one of those cars where you could, because like I said, I was at one with it, so it was like you could give me a gap or you could say do this, do that, and I just knew how to drive it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's
Like, I knew what
literally synergy
you
between
spent
you and the vehicle.
So much time in it.
That's what I mean. I knew what it was going to do. Whereas like the R34, I bought that. It was because Curbs bought the Chaser.
That
Yeah.
was it. Yeah.
So we went down to pick up the Chaser, and I remember we were so excited. It landed. We waited months for it. It was at the import garage. We went down to pick it up, and everybody we went with walked straight into the hangar at the Chaser, and this white R34 was outside. And I literally sort of looked at it and stopped. And one of the blokies come out, and I was like, "Fuck me!" He's like, "Yeah, I bought it for myself because I might sell it." And I literally straight there and then was like, "I'll have it." Straight there and then. And I proceeded to give $8 grand for it back then.
God.
And when did I sell it? 2020? No.
I think it was a year. I think it was a year before the pandemic.
No, it was during lockdown.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I sold it in January. February. I got furloughed on the 1st of April, and May. I sold it May 2020 for 12 grand. 12 months later, and they're like 18, 20 grand.
Yeah,
now I'm looking at them. Some of them are like 40 fucking grand.
What we were
Yeah.
saying, one of our, well, there's no point saying like who it is or who it isn't, but yeah, you know, one of our mates who's also got one,
Yeah.
has got an agreed value for 35,000.
That's what I mean. I was kicking myself, but then
Yeah, but
hindsight's a beautiful thing.
Oh,
innit?
exactly. Hindsight's
Yeah.
2020. You could, you know.
It is what it is.
And at the end of the day, if you need to get rid of it, you need to get rid of it. It's all very well and good saying, "Oh, if I'd have held on to it," it's like, yeah, but at the time you couldn't.
Problem is, I didn't need to sell it.
Ah, well, that
Like,
hurts then.
And people were telling me, they were saying, like, 'cause we were moving house, like we just bought the new house, and they were saying, "Oh, you're selling it? You know, need money." I was like, "No, it's so separate." I was like, "I've had it for 4 years, and I've done 3,000 miles in it."
I see. Yeah.
And I was like,
It's
it's a
inconsequential.
garden ornament.
Yeah.
So the day I come to
Oh,
sell
I've got
it,
a few of those.
yeah, I spent.
That's literally, it's the same as Evo. It's the same as the fucking
Yeah,
Escort.
yeah. I spent 7.5 hours solid work cleaning it. Like, we're talking like I had the DA out, everything. When it was finished, he was coming in about an hour. I stood back and I thought, this is the best it's ever looked.
And I was
like,
selling it in an hour's time.
Yeah, literally. And the bloke turned up, his jaw dropped, and he was like fucking 40s. He was like, my dream car, and that. And he sent me pictures since. He's had all the GTR kit put on, full respray, wheels done.
Oh, he
new
still got
spoiler.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
So he'd had it, what did he have it? 18 months, I think, since I'd spoke to him, and he'd done 50 miles in it.
Oh.
but it's a
But he loves it.
transformation of a car. And he said,
Yeah.
obviously, if he's ever about, he'll bring it up to show me. And I was like, I don't think I could see it.
No,
Mate.
no, don't do it to me.
Nah.
So I was kind of similar. I was following the bloke who bought my Evo, added me on Facebook, and we talked occasionally. He turned all of like the bottom of the body kit black, and it looked hideous. And then all of a sudden, one day, he's got another one.
Oh, really?
I think he wrote it off.
Oh, no.
MFO2 is gone.
Shit. Well, that's what happened when the S14 got sold. I sold that, and
Yeah,
within,
that got bent up around something.
yeah, within a month, he stacked it.
The problem is that's a sad story with a lot of these cars. You remember our mate Luke who had that Glanzer.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think it ever got battered, but the bloke that bought it like bastardized it. He put like
Hell of a car, that.
He
It was
put
beautiful.
He put race windows in it, perspex windows and all that, and then like he looked it up and somebody said, "Oh yeah," I asked someone at a car show whether they've seen it. Said, "Oh, it's that got scrapped." Because apparently, like the bottom end rotted out or something. He's like, "That's madness." I undersealed that car before
That
I
was
fucking
stunning,
sold
that
it.
car, yeah,
Oh
beautiful
yeah,
car.
but yeah, people. I think if you build something like that, you have that investment in it. Whereas if you buy it like that, you've not gone through the
No.
blood, sweat, and tears. Like
You've just got coin. That's all.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, you've
Yeah.
literally. Yeah, I think that's a problem. With a lot of the cars Luke sold is that he's built them. He's put all the blood, sweat, and tears in them, and someone's just turned up. Oh yeah, I got
Yeah,
fucking.
that's right.
I got peas, yeah.
I
I'll
got
just buy
five.
it,
I
yeah.
got 5 figures, and I'll have that RX-7, and then just whatever kind of thing. Right. So on the Discord, if you're not on there, get on there. Join the Patreon. You can join the Discord, and that is where you can ask some questions. Now, throughout this podcast, we've covered the majority of these questions, but there's a few on here that I'm going to pick through. So, if there was one thing about the prison/justice system you yourself could change, what would it be?
Freedom and them. I think this is serious as well, that the whole capital punishment within certain cases should be a thing. Because as much as people are like, take a life, you deserve to have your life taken.
An eye for an eye, bollock.
Yeah, all that sort of thing, which I do understand in certain cases, because people are like, the taxpayer's got to pay all this money to keep them, because it ain't fucking cheap. I can't remember the figure, but it was a lot of money per prisoner per year.
It's an
fucking
enormous amount
ridiculous.
of money.
Because it ain't just one man sitting in a cell. You got to pay wages, you got to pay food, you got to pay electricity,
Maintenance,
everything, literally
upkeep,
everything.
Water.
And I get like, if it's a clear cut case and someone's a fucking psycho, do them.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need them.
I think it's in very specific
Very
cases.
specific, yeah.
Yeah, very specific. Like,
Yeah, very small percentage of people. I'm not saying like
Everyone.
like for instance, if
Somebody caught sticking a Mars bar, like, they'd be all right.
yeah, but what I'm saying is if I don't know, say there was a bloke, right, and if you haven't watched the new series of Top Boy, if you have, you'll understand this, right? If there's a guy who is controlling his missus to the point of what to wear, where to go, you can't have your phone, blah 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 blah, to the point where you're just like that's one of the storylines in the new one, and you learn
So
to
you've ruined it for a lot of people listening.
you learn to hate the character.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? And in the end, something may or may not happen if you haven't seen it. But things like that, you think, well, no, you shouldn't die because you've got out of a situation that you didn't want to be in. But if you're just a fucking psycho who goes into a school, for instance, and shoots a load of kids,
Done.
who the fuck, you're not coming back.
but then again, there's the mental health aspect of it. Not mental health, but there's the you can plead. What are they?
Insanity.
Insanity. Sorry, yeah. So it's like they weren't in control of their
Innocent
actions.
by
I'm not.
reason of
I'm
insanity.
not giving excuses for these horrible things that certain people have done in any way, shape, or form. I'm more playing devil's advocate.
But that's why it's such a small percentage, because
You have to.
And all the factors
if you're
going
gonna
into
if
it.
you're gonna
So
stand
many
there in
factors.
the dock and say, "Yeah, I killed those people and fuck them," then that's
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
that's a different.
But some
kettle of
people
fish.
do that.
Yeah,
some people are like that.
Yeah, that's
Whereas,
what I'm saying. Then
you know,
that's applicable. Whereas
other people are literally like,
some bloke
I don't
you-
remember it.
yeah, you get some bloke in a dock who's just chewing on the fucking desk. Then you're like, well, I think there might be something wrong. Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's, like I said, it's a very small percentage, and again, I think it's how you're affected. Like if you're a member of the family of the deceased, you're going to want
the harshest.
you're going to want that person to die.
Yeah. done.
Or you're going to be like, oh, rot in prison. But like I just said, you don't rot in prison.
No.
There's still that humanity.
I don't think. Do we actually have 23-hour lockdown in the UK? I don't think we do we?
I think that's more of a category A stuff. Like
Is
you're
it?
not given that much. Again,
No.
I haven't worked in one, but my understanding is you're locked up a lot of the time. You're in cells. Do you know what I mean?
Next one comes in. Oh, sorry. The last question came in from others. Next question comes in from our boy Toucan Van Dam. Kudos Keith, whatever you want to call him. Do you think the main reasons half the inmates / repeat offenders are inside because of the facilities are better than what you get in most travel lodges? If the facilities in prison, if the facilities in prison was as shit as I had in basic training with the army, I guarantee they wouldn't want to be back inside again. # no human rights for criminals. It's a brave hashtag at the end there, Keith. But you crack on.
Fair play. Well, I mean, some people, for instance, the fella I was talking about who did the gardening and he had the issues with women and that. Like, I don't know how to explain it. If you said to him, "Have you ever seen a hybrid car?" He's been in for 30 years. I think he was in longer than I was alive at the time.
Shit.
Right? So how old was I in 2010? How old am I now?
33, you said.
33 now. So I was, work it out, Marlon.
21?
Yeah. Let's go with 21. And he'd been in for, say, 30 years, right? So he'd been in since, say, the end of the 70s, start of the 80s, right? How much has changed since then?
Actually, Shag, we've gone from distributors to multi-point injection.
Yeah. Like, at the start of the 80s, wasn't that when the wheel was invented?
No, that's when like mobile phones were like just cut. I think there's gonna be some people listening that'll be like, "No, Reg, you fucking young little cunt!" Like
That was like the fishing rod aerial.
Yeah,
where you had to keep pulling it out.
Yeah,
and, like,
mobile phones with the big fucking suitcase things. Like, and now like you're tapping away on a like black rectangle. And,
Yeah.
like.
But this is what I mean. So for him, the difference in change is very fucking daunting. So if he was released, God forbid, he won't be, do you know what I mean? But for people like that, if they are released, the shock of the new world, should we say,
adjusting. Yeah,
is massive. But then to that question, some people are like, I don't know what you want to call them, scum, innit? They ain't got nothing on the outside, so they might as well have something on the inside.
Yeah.
Like they will actively get out and they'll... Don't get me wrong, they probably won't murder someone, but they'll fucking nick a Mars bar and get sent back.
You hear tales of homeless people that would rather get done for some sort of theft, and then they've got 3 square meals a day and a bed to sleep in, opposed to sleeping rough in the fucking doorway of H&M at night.
Which in reality, does that make them homeless or an entrepreneur?
Well, they got half a brain on them, but in that way, they can play the system. More power to them.
That's it. Doorway of curries or a fucking half comfy bed and a couple of meals. I know what I'd do.
Yeah.
That's very true. Next one comes in from Rickster the Keeper. Would you treat inmates differently depending on the crimes they committed? For instance, if a nonce was getting a battering, would they take longer to step in and stop it opposed to a tax dodger?
I mean, like I said, the prison I worked in, there wasn't, like I said, it was very placid. There wasn't any fights or anything like that. For me personally, it was a job. It wasn't, there was no, you couldn't look at it as from a personal level.
Yeah. Non-sided, you were there to do something.
I was there to make money for me.
Impartial, completely impartial.
And you have to be. Like, some people couldn't do it because
of that reason.
If somebody was telling them what they did, they wouldn't agree with it. And as much as I didn't agree with it, they've done it. They're in prison for it. That's how
it's
things work.
It's not your job now to.
Yeah, that's how things work. That's the rules. That's the way that life is. So if you do something wrong, you get caught, you get sent to prison. That's your punishment. Like I can't be.
No,
I can't be.
You're just there to make sure.
Basically, yeah. I'm just another human being in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't do it. I don't agree with it, but
That's as far as it goes.
For as long as we shall live, people will do bad things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as much as we'd love to eradicate racism, homophobic, murder, all the bad shit, paedophilia and all that shit. Will it ever be eradicated?
No.
not really.
As long as we're alive, we'll find a reason to kill each other.
Yeah, people will always be people.
But it's just mad. Like you say, when you're younger, you do stupid shit. And when you're older, you look back and think, I wouldn't do that now, but I'm glad I did that.
Yeah, because it makes you the person you are.
You learn from it.
Yeah.
Like when I was doing the pest control job, right? I was driving along and I had a stomach ache. And I was like, oh my God. And I was going to meet my boss.
I'm worried now. Where are we going?
I was going to meet my boss. And I was driving along. I think I was up in like Gloucester or something, right? I was driving along. I was like, oh, my stomach really hurts. Shit. And then I kept driving. I was like, oh, it'll be all right, it'll be all right, it'll be all right. Kept driving. And I got about, I don't know, 6 miles away. And I thought, I can't do this. I need a shit. It's going to happen. So I stopped the van. I looked to the side and I was like, there's a field. Just going to have to do it, right? So I got a bit of fucking blue rag. Everyone's got blue rag in a van. If you haven't, get some. Save your life. Seriously. Ain't no fucking...
We got life tips coming up out now.
Yeah. So I went over. I jumped this fence with me little blue rag. No one's around. And I was like, right, let's do this. We're going to do this. So I whacked him down, let out what I can only describe as like a fucking lambooner or something. Oh, she come out like a fucking beaut. It was hot. The aromas were.
I don't need to know this.
Mesmerizing.
I don't need to know this.
Fuck your life. Bing bang.
It was, it was one of those ones where you're just like, oh yes, you know what I mean. And then all of a sudden, this is a true story. I heard this noise. And I don't know if you've ever watched. You've obviously, a lot of people listening have probably watched the original Jumanji, with Robin Williams, R.I.P. The moment when they're in the living room, and they're sat there, and they start feeling the vibrations, and the bookcase starts fucking wobbling and all that, right? Well, that's kind of what it was like for me, but like khakis round my ankles.
I'm really struggling to see the sibilance here, but
I'll get there. So I'm sort of like crouched down in the middle of this field, right? But I've got to explain that the field had an incline. So as the incline went up, you couldn't see over it, right?
There's a plough coming down or something.
So I'm sat there, and then all of a sudden, that image of the Jumanji bookcase starts happening. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And what I didn't realise is I was in the playing fields of a school at lunchtime.
Fuck your life. Bing bang.
Seriously. And that sound was all of the children running from the school onto the field for their lunch break.
I hadn't even heard this before.
Mate,
what the fuck?
honestly, when I say I shit myself, even though I already had just done so, the blue rag got left there. I didn't even use it. I just bolted for the van.
Oh.
And like you were saying earlier, I was so embarrassed. Like, I just jumped in the van and I lit a cunt up and fucked off. Honestly, I could, like, you just wouldn't have known it was a school field. But the sound of all these tiny feet just pitter-patting with joy running out for their break in midday. And there's me curling out a fucking log on their fucking playing field. Oh, it was disgusting.
Poor Jimmy took a corner that day.
God damn. Next.
Anyway, yes, carry on.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Actually, I think we wind that in now.
So
yeah.
I think we need to give a big shout out to our previous guest, Jem Warren.
Yeah. Wow. What the hell? If any of you don't know, she's obviously back by now. I very much hope at the time of recording she's literally on her way there now. She has taken the rig and taken the fucking trailer, and she's on and gone to Ukraine with a load of supplies and supplies and fuck knows what else she's got on. But
Awful lot of shit. That is
Big
loaded.
ups, big
yeah,
ups, yeah, fair play.
massive shout out to
Appreciate that.
her. That takes some fucking bollocks, mine. I know I wouldn't do it. I don't know about you, Marlon, but I'd fucking fuck if I go over there.
I give it a good fucking go, but I can't drive a lorry, so
No, so yeah, shout out to her, shout out to Wayne's for supplying the rig and obviously letting her go. That's fucking incredible. You're a credit to the industry, Jem.
Waynes have supplied driver and lorry.
Yeah, That's
Fucking-
that's
uh,
certainly
says so much about the company.
it does. Yeah,
round of applause.
that's fucking
That's shit-
amazing.
Shit, that's what's going on over there. So anyone that can help,
Yeah.
do it.
It's
100%.
it's mind blowing, mind blowing. So shout out to you, Jem. That's certainly some feat, and that's a story that'll live with you forever. That will, won't it? You'd be able to tell your kids about that or whatever. Tell the fucking family. Oh yeah, well I went out to a fucking war zone with this rig.
True story.
Took the old Duchess out like.
Yeah. And one more shout out to Chunky out in Germany on Instagram, supplying us with some of the finest German and beers from the continent, which we're very much enjoying. Yeah, thank you very much for that, my friend. Really appreciate it. Keeping the doghouse well oiled as ever. I think that's about it, really.
Yeah, I think
we'll wind it the fuck up there.
Yeah, remember we're all going out for a pint on the 23rd.
We're going out for a pint. Can't call it a pub crawl. It's not.
It's not a pub crawl.
No, it's not.
We're
a
just
pub
going out for a
crawl.
pint,
We're not
mate.
organising anything. We're just going out for a pint. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to come out for a pint with us. Should you want, please all be on your best behaviour. Don't fuck it up for us in one of our local towns, which we very much enjoy.
You absolute piece of shit.
You have to be of age.
Yes,
to drink.
fucking obviously.
I will not
Otherwise you
buy
won't be-
anyone else alcohol underage ever again.
Doesn't stop. Doesn't fucking stop. Right, wonderful. Thank you, thank you everyone for ever so much for listening.
I love all you Patreons. You
Yes.
fucking badass bitches.
You are literally keeping the podcast going. Don't get it fucking twisted.
Well,
Yeah.
cheers. Thanks for having me, guys.
No,
It's been a pleasure.
Cheers. Thank you for coming, Mule. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for sharing your tales. It's very much. It's
Yeah.
intrigued me no end. Like I said, I had no fucking idea that you'd done this. So it was,
been a long time
I
coming.
was learning just as much as everyone else on this episode. So yeah, it's been great. Right. Without further ado, I've been Reg.
I've been Marlon.
And I've been Big Mule.
Just work that knife in at the end. All right. We'll catch you on the next one, everyone. Cheerio.
Fuck, wrong button.